chatting for a moment, if you guys like, about Baldur's Gate 3 shenanigans.
Yeah. The whole reason I was like, I figured we were gonna wait is because, at least my understanding has been, is that everyone has to be present for character creation
Oh, that
to
is
start off
true.
to have their
Oh yeah,
character
you do.
counted.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
So everyone has to be like we once everyone's created and everything's good to go, then people can kind of miss and pop in as they need. But like the first session, like we'll have to have everyone
Yeah,
there.
yeah. Then I mean, it's it's
Oh,
it's it's no big deal to put it off a week since two people
how
need a
many
little bit of time.
people are we having in
I
this
think it's
run?
6 from the looks of it.
So we're gonna have to use the one mod for party, right?
I already have it.
Yes.
So
If
there's
I
there's two versions
okay,
of the party limit mod. The first one
okay.
requires everyone to have it. The
Hmm.
second one just requires a slightly more in-depth install that I already did that only I needed if I
Oh,
host the
okay.
game. So
Okay.
all everyone has to do basically is just go into their mod list when we do play and just turn off everything,
Okay.
except for mods that we decide that we're all going to use. Um, of
Okay.
which there's a couple that might be good, especially like the party window on the side and some other stuff, because it's not really meant to have 6 people there normally anyway.
Right.
But if there's a cool
Right.
mod that you really, really want, um, we can
I'd
probably
like to
sneak it in there.
request a pretty dice mod.
You want a pretty dice mod?
Yep. Any pretty dice.
Um, I mean, maybe we can just
I
let
have like
let each person pick like one mod they can't live without, and we'll collectively put those in, I guess.
Okay.
So if,
I'll go for the Jedi mod.
there you go. See, that's what I was talking about. I was thinking of the giant dragonborn female titty mod that I'm sure exists, but I haven't actually looked for yet. But I'm positive, knowing Nexus mods, that this is a thing.
oh no.
I wouldn't be surprised.
I'm tempted to go look, but also
I mean,
scared of the prospect, so I'm not going to. And if you do go look, I don't want to know if it's there or not. Thank you.
because you want to find it yourself?
No, not at all.
Uh,
My mod
the
list, like
mod.
all I would show you guys if we weren't already doing this, but it's almost entirely just better beards, better hairstyles,
Yeah,
and
I do.
changing the UI so that it's
Yes.
less encompassing
Improved
of the whole
UI.
fucking screen. Like if I'm wandering around, I don't need a giant fucking hotbar at the bottom and a fucking mini map that takes up like 25% of a corner of the screen. No, those can all turn off. I'll turn them on when I need them. That's all I need.
Yeah. Actually, that might be one that we might want to keep is the improved UI.
Yeah, it's actually kind of needed for a lot of mods anyway. So
Yeah.
I kind of assumed that that and the
Mishka comes to camp. The one that gets you the cat that comes to camp in Act 3.
mm, all right.
That's
The
one of
cat?
my friends. Yeah, there's a mod that makes it so there's a cat you meet in Act 3 apparently, then it makes it so that that cat now comes to your camp, like Scratch and the
I
owl
I
bear.
mean,
thought there was
there
more.
Oh,
there already is a cat that technically goes to your camp in Act 3.
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, there
I
is.
don't know. I haven't done Act 3 yet.
Oh well,
But
does this
apparently,
cat go for Gale specifically?
oh, I don't know.
If it's
But
Gale's pet, then that's not a mod. That's just the game.
no, no, no. This is a different cat. But
Okay.
uh it's apparently necessary for one of the people I play with, so we have to put it on every game.
I
And I'm
mean,
like, we haven't even met the cat yet, but okay.
as I'm saying, everyone can pick one mod that they really like, and then we'll see about putting it in there
I would probably just pick a dice mod.
or improved UI.
Well, yeah.
I
I thought you would
You
want
got
that
no,
one.
I was
you got to
going
put
with
that
the
one
Default.
I
in.
was going with the improved beards mod because the default beards look like someone literally ripped hair off of someone's
Yes, they
like
look so
body,
bad.
like off of the forearms, and then glued it on their face. It's not
It
great.
looks they look so
Like
terrible.
it doesn't look like actual hair. It's all weirdly patchy. It's like someone ripped fur off an animal and then glued it onto their own face. That's my only complaint about the game. Alright, one sec. I have to send this text message that I keep misspelling the same word over and over again. Alright, so who remembers where we left off? No one, based on the fact that you guys were asking, why are we in the middle of a
Well, we had a
forest?
fight.
It
We had a fight with.
someone did. Someone told me what happened, but
That was
yeah, I don't remember.
yeah, I said werewolves. I'll just do a quick
Yeah,
one based on
that's
what
all
I
I
remember,
remember.
since I generally have a pretty good memory. You guys woke up in the morning. I'm pretty sure it was the morning after your little rough up by the vampires, the vampire spawn.
Yeah.
Tristan and Donovan were sent to Madame Eva's camp to take Irina there for something. You're not sure what. You guys decided to deliver the toy to Arabella at the Vistani camp outside Vallaki. Guys made the trek over there to find one of the Vistani males getting kind of reprimanded by the camp's leader for basically losing his daughter, aka Madame Eva's granddaughter. Basically, they noticed you guys were there. They had a little chat with you guys. You guys kind of agreed to help look for her. They do still have a number of scouts out there looking for her as well. And they told you to go get the ring they found at what they assume is the scene of the crime, given that the one Vistani guy who they were kind of reprimanding said that, I think the guy's name was Jan, showed up with a bottle of booze and gave it to him, and that was the last thing he remembers. And then, of course, they found Jan's headless, decapitated body by the river that kind of runs near the camp, or to the north of the camp, I think. As well as kind of signs of a little bit of a scuffle. So there was also a ring, which you guys have and should be in the journals tab. Yep, the ring.
Negative.
And then you guys should have it. It says it's being shared to everybody.
Are we owners or observers?
Everyone said you guys don't see it. They're holding me a sec here. I'll make you guys this. How about now?
There it is.
All right. You guys found a little ring, which I forget who rolled the Archon on it, but basically identified the what is it? The 8 schools of magic, 9 schools of magic. I think it's 8. It's 8 or 9. It's a number.
Not my specialty.
I mean, you still play 5e. We don't have schools of magic in Pathfinder, so why would I even know?
Ooh.
Damn right. So you guys did that. You got the ring.
Awesome.
No, they got rid of the schools of magic in 2e with the remaster.
No.
Yes,
What?
it's a thing. Some
right,
spells
fair
still
enough.
have the old tags, like necromancy and illusion specifically. But if you check any remaster spells, there's no more enchantment, evocation, divination, etc.
Huh.
Weird. It's why they changed the name of why it's like the schools of Ars Grammatica and stuff for wizard now, instead of School of Evocation and other things. But I digress. You guys got the ring. You went to the Burgomaster's house. Someone complained that they still hadn't got a burger yet. You talked with them there. They agreed to let you use the library upstairs to hopefully research the ring. You went upstairs. You overheard a conversation in a room a couple of... basically across the hallway on the other side of the room you're in. You went over there. Or actually, no, the ghost gentleman from that room came over and was talking with you guys a bit. And then brought you to meet Stella. That's actually Lady Fiona's daughter, who's been missing, who is currently trapped in the astral plane. Not the astral plane, it's the ethereal plane. You spoke with her a bit. She mentioned she saw that symbol on the ring before at the tower that her and Victor had explored a while back. Went up to the attic, met with Victor. He confirmed and showed you guys the spell book with the symbol, and basically showed you guys where the tower is, by Lake Baratok. Guys started to make the... Oh, wait, you guys also picked up Talina along the way at the Vistani camp before you went back to town. And you guys picked
Indeed.
up Dorian as well the morning of. Major trip out towards the tower. Super foggy out, which isn't too strange given the location you're in. Met two people on the road. Had a little bit of a conversation, though they were a little... Claimed to be hunters out of Valaki, though you'd never really seen them before. Turned into werewolves, attacked you guys, and, you know, it was a little bit of a fight, but you guys prevailed, and that brings us to where we are now. And I'll go ahead and give myself a hero point for the next fight to use against you guys. We're ready.
Of course.
I mean,
Of course.
it's not like I'm actually going to
Did
do it. Go ahead.
Did Yanni mention that they weren't coming?
No. I assume they might just be a little late. I see they're on again. So we'll see.
Oh, okay.
So what's the plan?
Suppose we continue towards the tower?
All right. Anyone want to stop and do some medicines before you go? Get waylaid on the road again?
Might be a good idea.
Anything fun like that? It does take
We do
10
that for
minutes,
people.
but you know, it's definitely an option.
Let's see. What do I have?
Alternatively, you could just continue to the tower and try to, you know, do what you can once you get there.
Yeah, I am not an expert in medicine, so
Oh, I'm trained, so I can help.
Uni's the most hurt.
Yeah,
All right, so you guys just want to hang out for 10 minutes then and try to heal up a little bit?
Yep.
All right.
Yep.
So I'll go ahead and treat wounds on her.
All right, let me roll my random die here. Okay.
Supposed to be D12s.
Oh, no, not when you have a random encounter table that uses a d20.
I use D12s for it.
Oh, I know. This is already a pre-made encounter table, though, so I didn't have to make it myself. All right, so yeah, you guys will kind of settle down, you know, just off the road amongst the bodies of the wolves and werewolves. All right. Uni will get back 15. I don't know why Luthias also healed for 15, but...
Super HP.
That would be a failure, so nothing lost but nothing gained for Talina trying to wrap her up her own wounds.
All right.
Welcome in.
Hi. Sorry I'm late.
How dare you?
Okay.
No, I'm just kidding, but it's fine. All right, so you guys spend a little bit of time healing. You know, nothing really happens on the road. Do you guys want to try to heal a bit more, or do you want to just, you know? I mean, it's up to you. You guys have to tell me
Talina?
what you guys are doing. You want to spend another 10
It's always
minutes?
nice to have... Yeah, it's nice to have healthy people.
All right, so we're going to spend
Before
another
we,
10 minutes before we roll. Let me check this one. All right.
Is it bad?
I mean, you'll find out when it happens.
I'm assuming Luthias is helping.
Seems like yes.
Yeah.
Everyone's green.
Dang, look at that 7.
Shouldn't be some more D8s?
Nope. You did a DC 15. Critical success is 48. Normal success is 2d8.
And you just rolled 3 ones.
Yeah, you rolled bad. And you don't have, only the medic AT gets you the flat, like, pluses to the thing.
I can try to help out. Talina.
Okay.
I do have a medicine kit. Give me a second. Yeah, I got a healer's toolkit. Do I do the toolkit or do I do the medicine check?
You should just do treat wounds from the exploration activities. Who has? Well, let's roll this right here. Perfect.
Where's that?
That would let me throw it onto your action bar. So bear with me. Treat. Nope.
Luthias, just as you are about to finish the second medicine check, as you guys have been sitting in the road for 20 minutes now, you start to hear something coming from the north there.
So Uni, if you go to so if you go to the second tab with the actions, if you click on the middle option called Exploration and Treat Wounds, that will give you everything you need.
I think I'll have to bring it back up. Hold on. Okay, alright. Oh.
I have battle medicine, but I need to buy a healer's kit. I meant to do that. I mean to do that next time we get into a town.
Really? Oh, true. Does that help?
Yes. Yep. That was all good. So, so yeah, and then okay, and then yes, and then Luthias hears the sound.
Yep. Uni, you also hear something coming from down here, though you don't hear what Luthias heard that he has yet to share with the rest of you.
Do I know what I heard?
No, you just heard something large moving through the trees to the north of where you guys are.
And I heard it too.
Yep, kind of down in the southeast area.
Yeah, and he'd heard it from the north.
Yep.
I'm hearing some scary shit coming around from us. We might need to leave.
Okay. And Talina's probably like closer to the group. I just can't move her.
Oh yeah, well, I can unpause for a moment.
Yeah, so she'd just be right there, and that's all I need.
Mm-hmm.
But she kind of.
Oh, I forgot that you're playing that character. I was like, where? What?
Right. I mean, it's been a few
For
weeks.
Donovan.
It has been a little bit.
You're doing 2 characters? Was that it?
Well, Donovan is it was pulled away with Tristan.
Yeah, Donovan's
for
on
another
an
mission.
NPC status as of now.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, Talina kind of looks over at Uni because she's being bandaged up as Uni hears this. So I was like, and she kind of looks around and was like, well, we probably have overstayed our welcome, so we should probably get moving before, for whatever is out there decides that it doesn't like us lingering here.
All right.
Completely agree. We should.
So you guys are
get the
gonna
fuck out
head
here.
to the tower. Let me move you guys over to the tower. Give me one sec here. Move you guys here. Give me a second. Should see only darkness. Alright, we got Dakota, we got Kardama, got Uni, Talina. I'm gonna put Luthias up there in the front because he is a brave man. I think that's everybody, if I'm not mistaken. In fact, let me move Luthias up a little bit more. Put him right there. No, I'm just kidding. We'll put you back down here.
I was like, I don't hear Luthias complaining.
I know he didn't protest, but that just makes it less fun. That he's like, wait, why am I up there? All right, so actually, give me one sec here. Where did I leave? I have some of my notes online, and then some of my notes are
In a
like
notebook?
actually written on a random sheet of paper. No, I'm not organized enough to put it in like an actual notebook.
Not an actual notebook.
No, no,
Okay.
no, no. I rely very heavily on the fact that I have a very good memory, and I don't usually need to write anything down. Which is how I can pull back 3 weeks ago of nearly everything that happened without even having given it any thought until right then. And I think we're right here.
We'll get on you.
No, it's like college all over again. Only just slightly different. Alright, I do need this book.
Probably more memorable.
Right you are. Yeah, I found my note page. My note page just gave me a page number in the book to go to. I'm also very lazy with note taking. Don't judge me.
We totally judge you.
That's fine. I can take it. I'm going to tell you guys a problem with getting older. If I'm wearing my glasses to see my computer screen, I cannot read this book in front of me without taking my glasses off.
You gotta get progressives.
The guy was like, you want to look into some bifocal options? I was like, no, I'm good. I ain't that old yet. But now I'm starting to think, damn, I should have
think you do need
I should have done that. All right, so you guys come to this tower in the middle of this lake here. It's not a very big kind of island that this tower is sitting on. But it is big enough to kind of house the tower as well as, you know, if you had like a cart or anything else. Tower looks very old and decrepit, and it does have this kind of rickety and in some places collapsed scaffolding that kind of goes around the outside of the tower, and it looks like it leads up into some of the kind of higher, what you would assume to be our floors of this tower. In addition to that, it has this rather fancy metal door that you guys can see, well, can be implied here. And then there are these kind of like pedestals here that are on the second floor that have these kind of grinning, smirking gargoyle statues that are just kind of, you know, looking off in the directions they're aimed in. We'll go ahead and unpause that.
Well, this place looks a little bit ominous.
Just a little bit.
No more than usual around here.
True.
I was about to say the same.
Yeah, I suppose that's fair. I was like, I think most of the places at least look finished, and I think it's the unfinished that makes it slightly more ominous, but I was like, it's the hags we're coming here for, right?
No, it's mostly just the ring that they found at the scene of the kind of crime where they found that guy's headless body. And the fact that Stella and Victor mentioned that they'd seen that symbol before, both on the spell book they found at this tower and also on this door. Same symbol as the ring.
Okay. Well, suppose start making the way forward to inspect the door.
Alright, you guys make your way up to this door. Or at least some of you do. Alright, so the door itself looks to be made of iron. You do not see any visible handles or hinges on this door. But in the middle of the door itself is this kind of large, embossed, blank red seal. Kind of a giant circle, like right up near, like 2/3 of the way up the door. And then carved into the kind of inlet above the door itself is a word, Kazan. I'll just type that in the chat for you guys right there.
And Selena kind of peers at the word. I was like, do we know who the owner of the tower was supposed to be?
You do not.
Okay. So, yeah, so at that point, yeah, since they don't know, she's like, oh, I think that's a word in another language, or just the owner putting his name on the tower?
Although we won't know who Kazan is, this red seal that's blank, is there something about it that's arcana or occulty that I could knowledge check this?
You can give me an arcana if you like. Also, which one of you guys is holding the ring?
Of power? That's a good question. Who did have the ring?
Like
I
I
believe
checked.
Dakota
Not-
has it.
Okay, because I checked inventories and I didn't see it on anybody because I think I never made a token for it. But
No, I'm completely pulling that out of my ass. I don't know who has it.
I think I had it, but we didn't.
okay,
But I don't
Kardama,
remember.
Kardama, you can have it. That's fine.
I don't touch magic stuff.
All right, yeah, Kardama, you have the ring.
Okay, we'll just say it.
And Luthias, you definitely get the impression that this is some sort of magic locking or sealing mechanism on the door. Though beyond that, you really don't know much else about it.
Think we should just ring the bell?
Or we could knock. Who knows? You want to give it a try?
Here, let me
Yeah,
actually,
go for it.
give me 1 second here. I'm gonna give you guys another little handout to show the door. Actually, go ahead. If you want to knock while I'm doing this, that's fine.
Knock, knock, knocking on Kazan's door.
All right. All right. So who's knocking on the door?
Luthias.
Yeah, probably Luthias.
All right, Luthias, you kind of reach in to gently, wrap your knuckles against the door, and immediately upon your flesh making contact with it, you receive a kind of minor jolt. It doesn't do damage, but it definitely was not a pleasant feeling.
Ah, static electricity is really high.
Selena kind of looks over and raises an eyebrow.
You try it.
Well, that's ungentlemanly.
She kind of shrugs and reaches to knock on the door as well.
Kind of the same effect. It definitely gives you a strong, very, very unpleasant jolt. That kind of goes up through your arm before it kind of, dissipates through the rest of your body.
Yeah,
So
Selena
there
kind of
was a bell, right?
No, there's no bell. There's just this giant embossed circle. Embossed.
embossed, yeah.
That's what I
Well,
thought. In the middle of the door. It looks almost like it's kind of like a reddish clay color. And it's sitting about 2/3 of the way up on this door.
Yeah.
Oh,
Selena will
Maybe
kind of
press that
pull her.
instead?
Yeah, Selena will kind of pull her hand back. I was like, oh, he wasn't kidding. She kind of looks at the red spot, but she'll kind of step back to let someone else try at the door.
I'll do that.
All right.
I'll press it.
Yeah, no, it's the
Push
same
it.
thing. If you touch the door, you get this kind of just very unpleasant shock.
Even the circle?
Yep.
you
Okay, so that
need-
wasn't it.
Sorry.
No,
Can
go
we
ahead.
hear anyone coming?
No,
Or is the knock not...
you definitely knock on it, but you don't hear anyone coming. You don't even hear anything really coming from inside either. So, but it is stone, so it's hard to say. Presumably fairly
We
thick
all-
stone to be able to build a tower out of.
I want to go grab the rock over on the map and then use the rock to bang on the door.
Okay. Does anyone else want to get shocked before he does that?
No.
Oh, well.
you
No, thank you. I'm
need-
good.
turns to Kardama and says, Kardama, you know that weird ring that you had? Why don't you try knocking?
I was going to suggest
Oh, we're
that.
pressing the ring
Hey,
against it.
So Cardam will walk up and she will also, with the ring in hand, knock on the door.
All right, so Kardama, as you approach, before you even lift your hand to knock, symbols actually appear in the little red embossed circular plate on the door. Give me one sec here.
Okay.
It's a ring camera.
There you go.
that's right.
Put that there. Go over here. Save the image. Go back over here. Curse of Strahd. Handouts. Could have sworn I already... Oh, I did already have it uploaded. Look at that. Yep, sometimes I even impress myself. So this is the door.
Sorry, I'm
Okay.
very trying not to say the door from Charlie the Unicorn.
Not Charlie the Unicorn.
The door!
Yes. Oh my god. That is. That's a door.
Can anyone else see this, or is it just?
No, it pops. It basically comes popping out of that red plate. Everyone can see it.
Okay, good. Because I was gonna say I do not have, I think, anything magic. Okay. Kardama will look to Matthias and Uni and be like, "Does this make sense to any of you?"
Can I tell if this is anything recognizable?
So, and you've already rolled Arcana once.
I got occultism.
Well, our occultism isn't going to help you at all, so it's probably a good thing.
I also have intimidation.
All right, so
Intimidate the door.
Luthias, you recognize the little symbols that go around in the, that kind of go around the inside of this much larger red circle that are kind of popped out. And it is basically there is a symbol for each of the schools of magic. Kind of going counterclockwise around the seal. You have illusion, abjuration, necromancy, conjuration, divination, enchantment, transmutation, and evocation.
So pretty much what we kind of knew about the ring.
Correct.
Does the door differ from the ring in any way?
The symbols on the ring and on the door are not in the same order, with the exception of evocation and necromancy, which are in the exact same places on the ring as they are on the door.
Lena will kind of look at the ring and look at the door, and is like, kind of looks to Kardama and like, well, since you have it, she kind of points out, it's like, only those two symbols match. Can you try and press on those, or see if the other symbols, if you can move them to match the ring?
I can try. Kardama will reach out to try and touch the two matching symbols on the door.
All right, so which symbol do you want to touch first?
You said the matching ones are evocation and necromancy, correct?
Correct.
So I will touch evocation first.
All right, you touch evocation and the rune lights up on the door.
And then she will touch necromancy.
and the rune goes back out.
Do it the other way.
Other way. So she'll reach out and touch necromancy first this time.
All right, you touch necromancy, and the necromancy rune lights up,
And then she touches evocation.
and the necromancy rune goes back out.
And okay. Okay, so door puzzle. Is evocation or necromancy on top of the ring? Like at the
What
12
I
o'clock
would
position?
suggest you guys do is I would actually suggest you guys open up both the ring and the door handouts and take
So evocation is the
a
one.
good look at them.
So evocation, I see. You gotta connect this ring's symbol, Kardama.
Okay. I gotta find the other handout because I've only got one up on my screen.
If you go to the journal, you guys should have observer to both.
Yeah.
There we go. Yeah, I'm having to rescale a bunch of stuff though. Okay.
So does the ring only have 2 symbols?
Yeah.
I did say it's specifically the necromancy symbol and the evocation symbol that are present on both.
Okay.
The door has all the other symbols as well, whereas the ring just has these little kind of generic circles.
Try touching both at the same time.
No. It's a connection. It's connect the dots.
Yeah, so it's gonna
Oh. Okay. Oh,
So is it
so if you
by...
touch, yeah. So the lines, you got to go to from one of them to the symbol that's connected by the line. So that would mean if you started
Oh.
with, so, yeah. So if you started with the triangle with the 3 dots, I don't know if that's necromancy or evocation. But if you start with that one, then that would be the triangle in the on bottom left. So try the triangle with 3 dots and then the upside down triangle in the bottom left.
Are you trying this, Kardama?
Or, yeah. So
I can make a little picture and show it to Discord real quick of how we should do it. I see what Chaz is saying.
I know how we need to do it from looking at it, but I'm not sure how to do that in game because I don't know what all these symbols are.
Right. So
Well,
that's why you just
the little triangle with the dots, that's evocation. The little
Okay.
diamond with the kind of like little things coming out of it, that's necromancy. If you're to start at the star, looking at the door, if you start at the star, which isn't in the 12 o'clock position, it's kind of offset because there's 2 of them that are at the top.
Yeah.
But if you start at the star, that is illusion. If you go left to the upside down triangle there, that is abjuration. Then we have necromancy.
Okay, so if you point the ring at the door,
Yeah.
then it's in the right spot.
So the ring has got to be flipped
Question.
over. So
Right. So, yeah. So the only thing that lit up was necromancy, right?
No, evocation
No, they
lit up
both lit
too.
up,
when
yeah.
it's just when you
They
went
both
from
lit
one
up.
to the
We
next
have
one.
to just-
Okay, so
we have to do them.
you have to figure out which one you have to do first.
Either way would work, I bet.
Yeah. Because they'll eventually
Plus one's
lead
a
to
trap
each
and one's not.
other. Yeah. Well, so they
Okay.
both lit up. It's just that we didn't do them in the right order.
Yeah,
So
I'll post
the-
this in chat so you guys can. So like I said, starting from that diamond in the top right position. There you go.
counterclockwise. Illusion, abjuration, necromancy. Okay, so if we started with evocation, then the one that we would need to do next is divination.
That's right.
So let's try that. See if that works. Because if it doesn't work, then we know we have to start with necromancy.
That is true.
All right, Kardama,
So
are you trying it?
I'm sure.
All right, so you touch evocation, and then you kind of go down, matching the ring, albeit mirrored, to divination. And the evocation rune lights up, and then the divination rune lights up, and they both stay lit.
okay,
Okay.
all right. So from
Illusion now.
let's see. Yeah. So yes, that would be illusion next.
All right, you touch illusion, and illusion lights up.
Okay, and then that's that's
Transmutation.
evocation. Yeah, so transmutation.
The transmutation rune lights up.
And on over to conjuration, it looks like.
Yeah, conjuration.
The conjuration rune lights up.
So do. Then that's abjuration.
Yep.
The abjuration rune lights up.
Let's see. So
Enchantment.
do. Yeah, enchantment.
Enchantment lights up.
And then it's necromancy.
And with the necromancy rune lighting up last, the door lets out a little hiss, and it opens.
Yes. I'm gonna step
Oh.
back.
I thought it was a snake.
Okay.
Talina
What
kind
do
of
we
looks at the
see?
door. Yeah. Yeah. Talina kind of looks at that. It's like, wizards and their complicated locks.
All right, so in the room you are in now, there is this, what looks to be a kind of lift here in the middle of the room. There are these lengths of chain that are currently being held by these 4 statues here. Presumably, even without a check, you would assume some sort of magic, because the chains do go up into the ceiling and look like this platform can be raised and lowered to the various floors in this room. Or in this tower, rather.
Is it obvious how to make this thing go up and down?
It is not.
All right. Who wants to be the guinea pig?
Not it.
Is Dorian coming in?
Oh, yeah.
I was like, Selena will kind of step forward to try and inspect it to see if there's like if she can figure out how it works.
All right, are you trained in Arcana?
No, but I'm trained in crafting.
It's not going to help you here, unfortunately.
I got some
Okay.
arcanas. Can I engineer the shit out of this with some arcano tech?
Sure, you can give me an Arcana roll. All right, put my glasses back on. So, Luthias, and also I assume you might be detecting magic, or someone is. All 4 of these statues radiate magic. Luthias, the best you can tell is that most likely these statues kind of work on a magical command word of some kind, where if you know the word or possibly words to designate a floor, they will activate and begin to lift the platform.
Interesting. I will say the word melon.
And nothing happens.
Well, it's not the word for friend.
Talina kind of raises an eyebrow. Um, uh, so we need a word to activate this thing?
Yeah, it seems that there's enchantment put upon these that have activation words, but how can we find them? I'll walk around the perimeter and peruse through the detritus.
She'll kind of look at it as like, is it Kazan?
Oh,
You say Kazan, still no real change.
Apparently not.
Yeah, so in the room, basically there are a number of crates kind of scattered about, but all of the gear and other stuff inside looks like it's kind of just been left to sit here and kind of rot, decay, and otherwise just, rust over. As far as you can tell, you're probably, just based on the amount of dust and everything else, the first ones to have been in this room in a very, very long time.
Caramba. Maybe we'll see something.
all right, Talina, I'm gonna get onto the lift, and then you say Kazan.
Okay. Kazan.
And nothing happens.
I say Kazan now.
And still.
Well, that didn't work.
Huh. Hey, what if you need to be on here with the ring too?
Oh yeah, hop on, Kardama.
That's a good point.
Okay.
Good luck.
Here, I'll come with you in case there's wolves.
Thank
Okay.
you, Uni.
Oh, lovely.
Kazan?
And nothing happens.
God damn it.
Now you gotta try
Is
and
there
say
anything
it.
on the walls or?
There is not.
Kazan?
And nothing happens.
Okay.
All right, we got this. Don't worry.
Talina shrugs. It's like fucking wizards and they're fucking. She just like starts mumbling, just like. But she kind of inspects each of these like we're told that there's magic coming from them, so she kind of like looking at these to see if there's any words on the pillars.
No words. Pillars are completely smooth, or potentially just, smoothed over with time. But yeah, no writing, nothing on the walls, no scraps of
Nothing on the
paper or anything have
platform?
kind of survived. No, just kind of this little fancy,
No instructions.
nope.
Does the floor,
Oh,
is it like spell on anything?
It does not.
Can we roll a perception check to see if there's anything that we might notice?
I'm basically already kind of giving you what you see. So
Okay.
So nothing extra.
I want to
Yeah.
pull out my quill
all
and
right.
like wave it around
Okay.
and wave it at this in a circle at the perimeter of this thing and say, rise, please.
And the elevator begins to move.
Ridiculous.
And some of you guys are left downstairs, and I'll move some of you guys upstairs.
I'll say, wait, pause, go back
It
down.
does not pause.
Oh.
It keeps going.
Great.
And it will deposit you three onto this other floor. And give me 1 second here to pull some of you guys over.
Talina just kind of looks over to Dakota.
In
I
fact,
was
what
like,
I'm going to do is I'm just going to toggle navigation on for these floors so that you should be able to bounce between them. Or maybe not. Hold on. I always forget the best way to give you guys access. Let me check here.
So,
Configure. Go ahead.
yeah, was it the word or the flourish of the 12 feather that
Feather.
did it?
I mean, try it and find out.
I'll toss the feather down to you.
Well, isn't the lift up there?
Yeah.
All right, so you guys should see. You should be
So-
able to move between the first and second floors yourself in the top left.
Okay, so we step off maybe and command it to descend.
So yeah, the floor is
Yeah,
basically for you guys downstairs. The floor is just where the elevator was, and there's nothing there. You guys on the second floor though.
Yeah.
Cardama will command the thing to descend.
All right, and the elevator slowly, and it is a bit of a rough ride and kind of janky too, as these statues are kind of letting out little bits of the chain at a time. So it is kind of a rickety, not super fast ride, but eventually the platform reaches the bottom floor again.
Huh.
Okay, so I'll get on it.
Yeah. Getting on.
Although I don't.
Cardama
see
will
any
yell
bug-
down, I think you just have to say the word.
Talina will.
Yes, rise.
Yeah. Look over to Dakota.
All right. So we'll move the rest of you guys up to this floor right there.
Ooh, I wasn't even on the thing. Okay.
No, it's fine.
I get crushed.
I
Yes,
mean-
you were. They dragged you onto it, kicking and screaming.
Oh yeah.
So you guys
don't
are
wanna go.
currently on the
Leave me here.
second floor.
Okay.
Nothing super interesting on this floor, though, depending on where you stepped off. Luthias, I do need a reflex check to see if you fall through the floor right there where you just stepped off.
Oh.
That is my best save.
Oh no.
And yeah, you kind of jump over the little spot. I'm gonna assume that Talina's seeing him. No, you were good where you were.
Yeah.
But yeah, nothing
Okay, so
interesting in this room aside from these kind of windows that look out around the tower. No crates, no writing, no paper.
okay,
Basically a whole lot of nothing.
okay, so y'all get on and
Yeah. Well, I mean, only four of
And,
us can get on, but she's like, she'll step back.
I
And,
jump on piggyback on Talina.
All right, piggybacking. Dorian will jump piggyback onto Dakota. He says, "You look strong. Carry me."
Nope.
He's
Okay.
surprisingly light.
surprisingly light.
Yeah, like maybe
must be
his
a vampire.
bones are
Are we
made.
all on?
I mean, he already admitted to being a Dampier, which is close enough.
Hell yeah,
Uh,
sure.
Selena will kind of look at the floor and be like, "Rise."
All right, and it struggles a bit at first, but it does manage to get you
I know I
guys
shouldn't have had
up
that donut for breakfast.
to the next floor, and we're just gonna move you guys up in as this clump here. Hey, it actually puts you guys in the right place too, and you guys should be able to move to the third floor.
Okay, so we do have a
Yep, this room is very similar to the room
Outside.
below. Some of the wooden floors have been kind of eaten away or rotten away, but this wall here in the northwest corner is currently broken, and you can see bits of the scaffolding outside. So,
stepping carefully. Oh,
oh,
Yeah,
that's so
yeah,
weird.
yeah.
It didn't move you guys. It didn't move everyone from the bottom floor.
No, I'm still on the second floor.
All right, so who didn't it move?
hell.
It didn't move.
Uni, Luthias, and
You know what? I'm just gonna do.
Cardama.
Let me just do this here. We're just gonna. This won't count if you happen to land on a bad spot, but I'm just gonna repaste all the tokens as a group. Bam. There we go. You guys should be able to come up now. Everyone's token is on this floor.
Okay.
Like I said, some destroyed floor, and there's that scaffolding there. You can tell
Yeah,
you're probably a good like 30, 35, maybe even close to 40 feet off the ground on this floor.
Okay, and we still can go up.
Correct.
Right.
It does seem like there is
Yeah.
at least one more floor above you.
Yeah, Selena will peek out. Yeah, and be like,
See any
think-
other?
Scaffolding. It looks like this is the highest up you could go with the scaffolding if we had come around the outside. Because she kind of looks around, and was like she doesn't. I'm assuming she doesn't see anything that takes them further up.
There is another ladder that would take you even higher on the scaffolding, or you could just take the elevator.
Selena will kind of
Well,
look
the
back at the
elevator did
elevator.
swing a little bit.
Yeah, it's like Selena will be like, I'll climb the ladders, see what I can find. But I'll meet you up top. So yeah, so
Okay.
she'll climb
Card-
on the outside.
Kardama decides to do the same.
All right, so who's
Okay,
taking the
I'll be the next
elevator
one.
and who is taking the other thing? All right, so the elevator will
Who was
carry you four up. Give me 1 second here. I'm also fucking up this
First
raspberry
of course.
pastry I have right here. He's pretty.
Yummy.
He is pretty good.
Yeah.
Give me 1 second to give you guys
Is it
permission.
Danish?
Yeah, basically. It's just got a little bit of raspberry filling in the middle. Pretty good. All right, so you guys disappear up into the 4th floor, and you can you should have access now to be able to move yourselves to the 4th floor. You four on the elevator. So Luthias, Uni, and Dakota. Kardama, you and
Okay,
Talina.
anyone here?
Give me a second. I'll get back to you guys in a second. You guys rode up. Come on now, wait your turn. God, you guys are so impatient.
Hurry up, would you?
All right, and you guys on the outside begin to make your ascent. I'm going to need an athletics check from both of you. Well, no, you'll know if you fall immediately, so it doesn't have to be private.
Okay.
Oh no, just the two outside. You're on. You took the elevator, Uni. You're good. And also you would have rolled good enough anyway. But give me 1 second here. Let me roll this here. Let me roll that there. All right, so you guys get to basically up to the next platform, which is another like about 6 feet off the ground, which we're just going to use for, we'll just use this platform generically right here. When I need both of you to give me a reflex save. All right. As a shadowy figure comes swooping by and actually knocks both of you off of the platform.
Oh shit.
So I'm going to move you two back down to the 1st floor tower. Give me 1 sec here. And do you guys have catfall, either one of you?
Let's see.
Kardama, you do have
Yes,
catfall.
I do, and I do too, actually. Funnily
All
enough.
right. So, what are you trained or expert or in acrobatics specifically?
Expert.
I'm trained in acrobatics.
All right, so you'll treat the fall as 10 feet shorter, and you will treat the fall as 25 feet less. And it is about probably pretty close to a 60-foot drop.
What? I thought you said we were only 30 feet up.
No, you were. It's yeah, and then you climbed up another 5 feet. We'll actually round it out to just 45.
Yeah.
So you treat it 25 shorter, so 20. You'll ignore 25. Take 20. I think you take what, half as bludgeoning, so you'll take 10. Talina. Kardama, you treat it as 10 foot shorter. 35. Cut that in half. You will take 17 points of damage, and you are currently on the ground prone outside.
So our reflex saves weren't good enough?
No, not at this level, unfortunately.
They said only 10 for me.
Yeah, you take 10, and Kardama, you'll take 17.
Okay.
Yeah, the thing to remember
Selena.
with Pathfinder, if you're used to like 5e numbers especially, Pathfinder numbers continue to grow every level. So in 5e, a 21 sounds really good, but you have a plus 13. So that's actually well below average for what you should be rolling, which would be a 23. It was actually a 24 DC. But you guys
Yeah,
are
and I just rolled like crap.
on the ground there. And
So-
we will go to initiative from there.
Selena kind of looks over and is like, I hate wizard towers.
Um,
So,
I can't roll
Who's-
initiative. It says there's no active encounter.
I'm working on it. You should be able to now.
Oh.
I had to add them to
Oh.
the turn tracker.
okay, so all of us?
You guys are currently up top. You may have heard us. Did either of you scream, yell?
Oh yeah, I mean,
While falling?
Selena yelled on the way down.
All right.
She was like,
So yeah,
it's
you
probably
guys
something
heard an oh shit, possibly on the way down.
It's like, it's more like probably like a you fucking shit, but
Oh.
yes. So like it was very loud.
Yeah, go ahead and roll
Can you
for
look out the
me
window?
too.
I cannot. It's still saying there's no active encounter on my side.
You might need to refresh. Talina rolled fine. There is actually an encounter going.
It's on different maps though, Gil.
Give me one sec here. All right, you know what we can do? We can do this. We'll force activate this map. Well, that might make it
I'm
a
trying to load back in now.
Yeah, it's fine. It's just Talina was able to roll just fine with it on different maps.
Yeah,
So.
Yeah.
Oh, I switched over to the first floor map. That's
Oh yeah, well that's right. That's where you guys are. So.
okay.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I was not on the first floor. My token was still on the third.
Okay, so is there a window I can look out? On the top floor?
Yeah, give me a sec. Let me go there.
Okay.
So you guys on the top floor. Let me put them kind of in relation to where they are. Let me double check this though. I like accuracy in my my multi-floor placement here. So I think Talina is here.
And we're like
Kardama
60 feet above them?
probably closer to like 50. They were halfway up to that floor.
Oh, yes.
So they're there. And let me I wonder if this might be easier. These are not going to be placed accurately here, but I'm just going to throw them on here so you guys can see. There's one there. There's one there. Like here and maybe there. I think that looks pretty accurate. Alright, if it's not perfectly accurate, it's fine. It's close enough. But yeah, you guys on the fourth floor, if you actually go to the fourth floor, you can see out the window to see what's going on since you don't have tokens on the first floor.
Okay.
Use the navigation bar. I think it should work.
There's no navigation bar anymore.
Really? Well, we're learning a valuable lesson
Yeah.
here.
There's a little arrow thing that you got to click, and it will come back.
Yeah, it should
Over
be.
on the left.
It should be on the top there. Yeah, Luthias is there, so it does exist.
I'll put it in Discord for you, Dakota.
Oh, I get it. I found it.
Yeah, if you're at the top stuff in the left, the little select tokens thing, it should be right to the right of that.
Okay, because if I'm looking out this window, I can see
Yeah, well,
Two
a
of the
window
three
only
feet
has
over.
the vision of it. There are other windows, though.
Oh, okay.
You can see what your character sees based on where you put yourself. Like Tristan, for example, can see out that window just fine.
Tristan's back miraculously.
Dorian. They both have I really should have given him a completely different sounding name. I should have called him like
Um,
Freddy or something.
Xavier
Or
or
something.
Javier. Yeah,
Javier.
whatever. Javier. That's it.
Indeed.
Thank you.
Oh, it's the gargoyles.
So yes. So can I roll initiative since I can see
You can.
two of them?
Yeah. In fact, everyone
Oh.
on that floor can roll initiative too. They just know you are about 50 feet off the ground. Oh, no, it's starting a second encounter. Hold on. And this is why you don't split the party,
Sorry.
because it destroys everything.
Yeah. See what you did for going up that ladder?
Give me 1 second here. What we're going to do, I'm going to add you guys as tokens on the bottom floor. So I want you guys specifically that are on the top floor to switch back to map 1 and roll initiative from your tokens on map 1.
Well, you see, we heard how squeaky the elevator was getting, and we were afraid it was going to break because there was too many of us on it. Okay, we're trying to save all of our lives.
Yes, exactly.
I mean, that's
I don't
fair.
have any tokens on the first floor.
Oh, wait, hold on. I slept to add you. Give me 1 second here. I thought I was missing a token. All right. You are.
Because Dorian looks like
So you
Dakota
are.
because they both have hats.
I know. We're,
Yeah, that's
we're
it.
twinsies.
That's the problem. Yeah.
We are a pair of sexy bitches. Only he's got a little more charisma
Okay,
than she
so-
does.
Yeah, whatever.
Well, no. The token on this floor, just leave that token alone. You're still using the token on the top floor.
Oh, okay.
That was just so you guys can roll initiative specifically.
Oh, okay.
So we will. I think that's everybody on there. 1, 2, 3, 4. We're missing one
Yeah, but
person
did
for
I-
initiative.
That's me.
Yeah.
I rolled on the fourth floor.
Yep. Roll on the bottom floor.
There she is.
All right. Everyone is here. We will start our. Oh wait, I got to roll. Hold on. I didn't roll for the other guys. We were having technical difficulties.
So should I stay on the?
Yeah.
first
No.
floor then?
No. The first floor is just to roll
Okay.
initiative on. When your turn comes up, the
Okay.
first floor you's not going to move. You're going to take your actions from the fourth floor. But this is just so specifically so you guys can all roll as part of the same encounter, and we're not doing anything crazy. So, oh crap! I didn't consider that Dorian was on the fourth floor too. Well, he's gonna go over here to at least look out the window and assess the situation. We're gonna close that encounter. All right, who was up next? Go to Uni. Well, Uni, what are you doing on the fourth floor?
What are fourth? Not the first floor?
No, you were on the fourth floor with the rest of, or with some of the group. With the part of the group that didn't get knocked off the scaffolding.
You need to go to a window.
Oh, holy
and
shit!
See what's happening.
What is the window around here?
Straight to your left, next to what's his face with the hat?
Orion.
My left or your left?
I forget his name. Javier.
Dakota
What do you
Jr.
Okay,
Dakota Jr.
Javi.
You now.
So I move. Okay, all right. So, okay. There's a window past these boxes.
You see the
Yes.
desk?
The desk.
You're on the fourth floor, right?
No, I'm on the first floor.
Go on the fourth floor.
No, seriously. If you see my screen, I'm on the first floor.
Well, no.
Yeah, but
You
you
should be able to
came
go
up to the
between.
fourth floor.
Yeah. Yeah. So you need
So
to
click
open
on
up
the fourth floor.
So in the upper right hand corner, there should be a little arrow that points up and down, and if you click on that, it should give you a list of the maps that you have access to.
Upper left.
Mine was on the left side.
Oh, sorry, upper left.
By the
Yeah,
way.
sorry.
Okay.
Yeah, it should be a little up and down arrow you should be able to click on, and it should bring up a list of maps.
Okay, this is Hotbar page. Okay, 4th floor.
Yeah. So yeah, you'll click on the 4th floor because that's where your character currently is, and then yeah, you can move over to a
Alright.
window.
Window, like by the desk.
Yeah. Or
Alright,
you
alright.
can move over to the transport, because you might, like, depending on the range spells you have, you might like be better suited to go to like start going down. So
Yeah, don't go down the ladder though.
I was going to say.
well, I mean, they
don't-
knocked dust off and they're towards the ground now, so it might be safe to go down the ladder.
How far down below is everyone?
50 feet, I believe he said.
Correct.
Yeah, no problem, no problem. Also, did we get any rest or no?
No.
No.
It's been like half an hour since
Well,
the other
you're
vote.
fucked. You're all fucked down there. Anyway. Fine, I'll go down. How do I make this ladder move again? Or this elevator go down?
It was rise to go up.
Descend.
I think it was just
Lower?
down to go down. Yeah.
Down or lower or
I said descend
okay.
and it worked, so
oh, okay.
Unfortunately,
Descend.
well, unfortunately, now you guys are meta-knowledging stuff from people who are outside and can't tell you what the code word is. So what we're gonna do is say
I mean,
that you say down and other stuff. If you don't remember, that's not. It doesn't mean you get to meta stuff. So, in this case,
Well,
the
I mean,
ladder
you can
will.
try
She
to
she does
convert
have
it.
multiple times. It is going to be an interact each time though. So we will say she gets
Oh.
it going on the last turn, because it is a
Okay.
combat situation. It is all happening in real time. All right, so the ladder or not the ladder, the elevator starts going down with just Uni on it. Well, it is going to be moving slow. So, all right, we will go to this gentleman here, who is going to go there. Actually, no, he's gonna go there. Yeah. And
Are they flying currently or?
no, this one just
On the ground.
landed and is currently kind of ran up to her on the ground. He will make a claw attack and will do some damage. And then he will. Oh, he should have done it the other way. It's fine though. He'll do it in the less optimal order and will miss the second attack. Dakota, on the 4th floor, what are you doing?
I am shooting at this guy.
All right, now keep in mind there is glass in these windows. You can certainly try to blast the gat out.
Can I blast through the glass and shoot him at the same time? Or is that cheating?
You could certainly spend an action to try to break out the glass, but it is fairly thick glass. I mean, you can try to shoot it. The chances of you hitting the enemy afterwards, though, when you're going to have to bypass the object's hardness and everything else, is basically zero,
Yeah,
though.
that's true.
Um,
Okay, I'll break the glass first. With the butt of my pistol.
all right, so give me a d20 roll plus your strength modifier. If any. I don't think you have any. Yeah, just a flat d20 roll.
Okay. Where is that again?
Bottom right. Just look for the. You can either type space. What is it? /R space d20 will work, or you can in our little roll bar you can click
Just
him
that.
there. All right, so you do hit the glass. Go ahead and give me a d4 roll. All right, and you do manage to smash the glass out of the window. 2 actions
Okay.
left. So let me 1 second. Actually, I can leave the window on there. I can still. We don't need to actually remove it from the map, but because I'm gonna have to track
Aim
the
for-
stuff. All right. Give me an attack roll. All right, you're on a. Well, oh, it did let you. Okay, we're good. And that'll hit. Roll me some damage, and then I'll have to go downstairs to apply it. All right. So you'll do 8 to
And
that
then
guy.
reload.
All right, and then you reload. Luthias, give me a dexterity save as shards of glass go flying everywhere.
Ah, I
From
didn't have time to put my
Dakota's
armor on.
blatant disregard for safety.
What? Have you seen this tower? It's in ruins already.
No, I'm just kidding. You don't actually have to roll anything there. That would actually be insane if
Okay.
you did. All right. The other guy is going to fly in there. He will make a in the right order this time, since I took more time to read their sheet. He will hit you only from the off guard from being prone. As he bites into you with a jaws attack. Oh, nope, he doesn't bite into himself. Hold on. That would have been... That's kind of funny, though.
I don't know. He said if we don't change our target,
bites into
doesn't it
himself.
go for the... Yeah.
He bites into himself instead of Kardama. He holds out his arm and just chomps right.
Yeah, makes total sense.
And then he'll make a second attack and miss. And we will go to Kardama. You are up, but you are currently on the ground.
I'm up, but I'm on the ground.
Well, you're up as in it's your turn, but you are lying flat
Oh.
on your back
Like,
on the
I
ground.
was like, well, I
You're-
guess
You're up
if
and
I
down.
stand, does it provoke opportunity from this guy?
Yep. Standing up is considered a movement action. I mean, now keep in mind, though, as we've said before, not every creature has an attack of opportunity. It does tend to be more prevalent in humanoids as opposed to, like, animals and stuff. But this is an important lesson you guys are about to learn about constructs. Do constructs get attacks of opportunity? You aren't sure. Now,
Yeah, I
if
have
you
too low health to
wanted
risk it.
to specifically do maybe a recall knowledge check from the ground to
Sure,
figure
I
out
will
if
do
they
that.
have one, you can roll me Arcana or Nature.
Public roll or no?
Yeah. Well, no, it's private. Sorry. I'll allow it though. It doesn't matter. Yeah, you just aren't sure. You've never really dealt with a gargoyle before. I forgot that lore checks are normally private. Still have 2 actions though. I mean, you could just make an attack from the ground. That is an option. You're losing some AC being on the ground, but you can definitely just attack from the ground, or you can stand up and attack.
Where do you really low health? I'm guessing I can't really do dueling parry or anything from the ground, so
Actually, I think you can. I don't think there's any. I don't think there's any rule that says you can't go into a parry or shield block on the ground. So
No, there's not.
okay, so I'll use dueling parry
all right,
and then strike with the rapier.
all right. So we'll give you the dueling parry buff right there. All right, go ahead and target the guy you want to attack, and yeah, make your attack roll. As you're laying on your back, kind of fencing back over your head. I can dig it.
Apparently.
I can dig it.
Is this and this is public because it's just a
Oh yeah,
right?
attack rolls are always public for the most part, unless it's something where you
Oh,
wouldn't
that's
know the
gonna
outcome.
miss.
Yeah, that'll miss. You
Great.
do have a hero point still. Whether you want to use it this early is entirely up to you.
No, it's fine.
All right, so you'll take a swing. It won't hit, but you'll do the other thing. This guy here will fly down here. We'll see who he attacks. Rando. He will attack Talina with his jaws as he kind of comes flying down with his jaws open. And will hit. Oh, why did he roll with multi-attack penalty? It won't be a crit anyway. It'd still just be a regular hit. Ooh, double ones. And then he will make a claw attack at Kardama. Ooh, no he won't. That is his turn, and we'll go to Talina.
Alright, so gonna risk it and stand up with my first action.
All right, you will stand up.
And don't very much like being flanked, but they've also seemed to be going more for her, so gonna go for this one. And let's see. Which one is this? Sorry, I'm trying to redo my stuff. Not that one. That's Strahd. Oh, there we go. All right, let's do this. I got 2 action attack, so gonna slam down.
All right.
So gonna make an attack on this guy.
And that's gonna hit.
Okay.
Did you
And-
stand up, Talina?
Yes, I did.
Okay.
All right. He'll take 11 points of damage. Uh-oh,
And
Luthias is
then-
getting the hand crossbow ready.
Oh, it's
Alright.
ready.
And then going to attempt an athletics check against this guy.
Yep.
To trip him.
All right, and he will get tripped.
So he just like smacks into him and like just swings her halberd around and just like slams him down and it's like, how do you like it? And that's the end of our turn.
All right, Luthias. Go up to the 4th floor where you are, see what you're seeing.
Should just be that one that Dakota hit.
Actually, give me 1 second. I think he may have moved. Let's check the 1st floor. Nope,
He
that
didn't.
one's still there. That one's still there.
No, he
yeah.
didn't.
Yep, that's the
Yeah, he
last
didn't.
guy on the initiative. Because yeah, this guy is now over there. I think this guy is here, and this guy's here like that. We're updating in real time.
All right, I will cast Holy Light on this guy.
All right. Plenty of room. 120 feet. It's pretty far. All right, target him for me and roll that.
I don't know. I
That's
think
the-
14. I'm
that's-
going to hero point it.
Yep. And that'll hit barely.
Take that.
Dang, look at all the dice. Look at all the dice. All right, what else? I assume
And
that's
I'll
all.
shoot my crossbow at him.
All right, remember to use map. Spell map and attack map do stack.
I don't even have it as an action to shoot my. Oh, wait. I'm on exploration.
Oh yeah, probably because of the top floor thing. And that will miss. And
Alright, that's it for me.
we'll go back to the bottom floor here. And we'll go.
He's barely hurt after 23. Oh, Jesus.
Oh, no, I applied it to the wrong one. Hold on. I need to. I'm applying you guys' damage from the top floor. I applied Dakota's, but yours I hadn't applied yet, so give me 1 sec. And he is currently there.
Alright.
Okay, that's better. Not feeling good.
I mean, how do you guys even know what his life's at?
If we hover over it,
Oh,
it just
does it
says,
tell?
like,
Oh,
not feeling good.
yeah,
Barely hurt.
that's fine. Yeah.
Perfectly fine. Yeah,
Okay,
yeah, yeah.
I forgot.
We don't know his health at all.
I forgot I had that mod even on. No, that's actually fun. That saves me the trouble of having to tell you. So actually, let me double check his movement before he does
Yeah,
anything.
you have it on this game, but you don't have it on the Kingmaker game.
Yeah,
notice that.
I think I know. It's the little. You know where you have the little extra hotbar in the bottom left with your portrait and all the numbers. It's because we have that on here and we don't have it on there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
makes sense.
All right, he is going to fly there for 1 action. And he is going to make a Jaws attack
Of course he is.
and miss horribly, but he will use my hero point for doing the recap. No, I'm just kidding. Wow, it's a good thing that it's a good thing that it's a good thing that I was kidding when I did that.
Yeah, because that literally would have killed me.
Well, you don't know
Knocked
that.
me
You
out
don't
of
know
whatever.
that yet.
I have 28 hit points. That was a 28.
No,
yes,
that was
would
the
have.
to hit roll. That means he got a critical hit. That's just his second attack, so it is not going to be a critical. Oh wait, no, it's a nat 20. It is still a critical. Yeah, because that was just his second attack. That's why I applied the multi-attack penalty. So you do still take critical damage, but that is his last ouch. Kardama, you are alive, and he is out of turns.
Am I though?
You have 2 hit points.
Yeah, and I'm all the way down there.
Dorian's thinking, do I have a spell for this? I have not looked at this sheet in 3 weeks. Damn, you're way
I
further.
thought you remembered everything.
Not for like sheets and stuff. It's very specific things.
Oh, okay.
Like stories. I can remember books I've read ages ago about stuff that doesn't matter. But when I'm pretty sure the summoner sheet in Luke's game broke my spell memory. So he can't do much from here, actually, sadly. All of his spells are like 30 feet range. Damn, that guy. Actually, well, that guy moved too. He's now up there. He's gonna go hop on the elevator with Uni, which at this point is only like 3-4 feet down the tunnel. And he's gonna bounce on it to hopefully try to make it go faster. No, like I this is something I've never noticed before, but all of his spells 10 feet, 30 feet, 30 feet,
Really?
30 feet, 30 feet, 30 feet, 30 feet,
Oh,
30
boy.
feet, 30 feet, 30 feet. And then he has one spell that is 500 feet, but it's illusory object, which isn't going to help you guys down there anyway.
Not at all.
And yeah, no,
Right.
like it's something I never noticed. His best nuke is electric arc, 30 feet. They're more than 30 feet away, even from the window, not even counting the up and down. So he's kind of screwed there. That's good to know, though, about bards. See, I'm learning things. I didn't know that was a thing. Uni, you are currently on your way down as well. Uni, give me an athletics check. You're about to do something really fucking heroic on this elevator right now.
Am I now?
Well, it depends on what you roll.
Are you
Ooh.
sure about that?
Oh. Between you and Tristan kind of bouncing on this elevator, like it's a fun house, one of those little bouncy castles.
mean hot air?
You do manage to make the thing drop down, and you are currently have dropped basically an entire floor, and you guys are both just above the second floor right now. Give me one more
Oh.
athletics check. So close again. Yep, just below the second floor. Next turn, you could definitely jump out of the elevator, though, and potentially run around. Because like I said, the way the elevator works, it's not on. It's basically these four guys holding the chain, and with you guys kind of bouncing on it, when they go to let go of a little bit, you guys are dropping down very awkwardly, but you are getting down a bit faster.
That's not good.
And we'll go to this guy here. He's going to make a chomp attack. Why does it keep auto-rolling map for me? Yeah, he rolled with map again. So that's 33. What's your AC, Talina?
23, so that's a crit.
All right. I'm hitting the first one on the thing, and it's still rolling. It's still rolling the other thing. Damn, he rolled like nearly max damage there. Then he will make a claw with map. Are you going to work for me this time, game? That will miss. And he has a construct. He's going to YOLO the last one and miss, I'm sure. Yeah. Oh. The flanking is doing things. All right. So that is there. Dakota.
Yes.
On the 4th floor.
So I'm going to move to this window.
All right. Go ahead and move
Don't
over
leave
there.
me.
It says it's not my turn.
Oh, here, I'll move you to that window. There you go.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, because it's technically tracking your downstairs, but you can just tell me. You want to break the window again?
Yes.
All right, give me another D20 roll. All right, that'll roll me a D4. You need 2 or better damage to break this glass. All right, no, you break the glass easy. That's 2 turns. Glass is broken.
Okay, and then shoot.
All right, target who you want to shoot, and yeah. Provided you have a line of sight. The only one you really have a line of sight to is this one.
Yeah, that's the only one I'm shooting at. So.
All right, so yeah, roll me an attack roll. And I'm pretty sure, yeah, that's it. Roll me some damage. All right, let me drop back down to the 1st floor and apply that to the right token this time. All right, you will take some damage. You moved, you broke, you did that. You'll have to wait to reload till next turn.
Yep.
We'll go to our Gargies here. And let's see. I'm double checking that I am rolling on the correct thing. We're triple checking here. Didn't roll with map. Perfect. He still missed, but at least it didn't map roll. And then he'll make 2 claws. I'm just going to roll them both real quick. And one of them will hit for 8. And Kardama is currently unconscious. And we'll go here. I'm going to take a chomp.
Oh, we're in the middle of a ad, by the way.
Oh, are we? Oh, it looks like it's about to end. Yeah, no, I wish I'd done that sooner. I would have
Okay.
paused for the ad.
Yeah, I didn't
sorry
watch it.
if you were stuck in an ad.
Yep.
People who were stuck in an ad. Oh, shit.
I think it's just us. So
And so he makes 1. He'll make 2 claws as well. I think those are going to be double misses. Yep. 2 misses there. He's on the ground still, just kind of flailing away, clawing everywhere. Talina, you are up.
Okay.
Oh, wow, you have 1 hit point left. That's amazing.
I do, yeah. Let's see here. So he is going to use Crash Against Me to spark Transcendence, which also uh, should. Well, it didn't, but it should have triggered this.
All right.
So that would get
Should be 12, I believe.
Ardama 12 hit points back.
Yep, we'll just push that on there so it links it there. And Cardama, you get back 12.
And then
Luke, remind me, does she keep the wounded? I think she still keeps the wounded, right? Even if it's from magic?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'll add that back.
Okay, and then going to try and wrap herself up real quick with some battle medicine.
All right. Cardama, did I somehow skip you, or did you go unconscious before Dakota's shot?
You're the creature that attacked me before. So the gargoyle that went before me. Knocked me
Oh,
unconscious.
okay. So you are basically in the right spot where you. Well, actually, I think you moved to just before him or just after.
That's right.
Okay,
Just
so
before.
I don't
well,
know.
I think because you're got up now anyway, it doesn't matter. Because I think you revert to your other one, but
Technically, she should be at initiative 30.
all right. Well, let's put you there then. Give me one sec. Because yeah, I was looking at it and I was like, something. But yeah, I think it's because the one thing automatically moved you. Give me one second. We'll put you at 30. Not 300. That would be strange. All right, so Talina is going to use her Crash Against Me, use Radiant, use Battle Medicine, and
Radiant happens as part of the.
yeah,
Crash
I
Against
know.
Me.
I that's what I was saying.
Right.
Yeah, I use
Okay,
that in
and then
Luke's game.
okay, and then as a third one, she's going to swing around and extend her halberd to attack this guy.
All right, just target who you want to attack, and let it fly.
And she's probably about to go down, so I am going to use my hero point on that one.
All right, I was just about to ask. And that will critical hit.
Nice.
Oh, that 7 would have been nice. Still solid damage, though.
Yeah, and she'll move him right here.
All right, and he moves up here.
To get to give a card on that, at least a chance to not be flanked. So.
All right, and we will go to Luthias on the 4th floor. Luthias, what are you doing?
We're kind of fucked, and we have nowhere to run because the elevator's on the 1st floor. So we can't even flee as a party.
There is the ladder up to the 4th floor.
That is true. Luthias, you are an athletic man. This window is out. I'm led to believe that you can climb down the side of the wall. Uh-oh, what happened?
Where specifically is the ladder?
Give me one sec. What happened to initiative? I'm on the other floor. Let me move back to you. I think you may have ended. It's fine. Give me one sec. So the ladder that wraps around is basically right here. If you're on
What do you mean it wraps around? Is it a vertical ladder?
Yeah. It's right up against. Well, technically, you can go out the window to the ladder, but no, there's not like a doorway in. This is kind of, I guess, after knowledge, but it does look like this tower was built and the scaffolding was likely built later, probably by people trying to break into the tower like they did on the 3rd floor, and also to eventually break into this floor, though they apparently never got that far.
Move me just above or above and to the right of Dakota.
There? or here?
Wherever I can get a line of sight on at least one of my party members to cast a heal.
You can
But
see Talina there.
this is just delaying the inevitable at this point.
I mean, like I said, this you wouldn't even need to squeeze if you wanted to go out and grab the ladder.
No, we can't afford that with the action economy. I have to heal.
Okay. So if you want to heal Talina, you can do it from there.
Alrighty.
If you want to heal Kardama, we'll just say you're in the door frame right there. In fact, I'll put you right here. You can be in that window frame, but now you are blocking Dakota.
I'll do I guess I'll do Kardama because they're both flanked.
Well, remember
I'll do
too,
Kardama.
it's 30 feet, and you're still about 40 feet off the ground. Oh, does this work the way I think it does? So if I put you there, is the ruler smart enough? No, it's not.
Then we literally have no way to heal them.
I mean, you could use one move action.
My character would not come out and get into the point, right?
I mean, I was going to say what my suggestion would be is the ladder is difficult terrain, but you do have, 25 feet of movement? From where were you at originally? You were here?
Yeah.
So, say you get to the ladder. Yeah, I guess you are a little short. I'll say if you want to use the rest of your movement, you can slide down the ladder. And you're just about at 30 feet in one movement. I'll say you're at 30 feet. And you are currently basically out. You're not actually flanking this guy, so I'm going to leave you there. But for intents and purposes, you're at the bottom of the ladder, just above the third floor where they went up the first ladder.
All right, great.
So yeah, you're within the 30-foot range. Go ahead. Just let me know who you want to heal.
I'll do Kardama.
All right, Kardama, you get back another 27.
Okay.
Ooh, that's helpful.
And then fix if you can, fix my elevation to what you think it's at now. Like, am I right on ground level or 10 feet up or?
Ladder was about. You're probably around there. Which is a little out of range, but I'm going to allow it. I'm actually going to say it was a needlessly long ladder.
Very good.
All right, so that is that. We'll go back to the first floor. And we will go to our gargoyle here. I think they probably attacked Talina because Kardama, you're on the ground. Yeah, exactly. You haven't moved either, so I think
They probably think I'm still
that's
unconscious.
exactly.
My
No,
eyes closed on purpose.
no, that's
I'm
actually my
being dead
figuring
right now.
too, because they're constructs. So I think they just go until they put you down. At which case they assume that you are down. So he will miss with the first Jaws attack, and he will try a pair of claws. This is going good. All right, and he will miss all 3 attacks against Talina. And we will start the round here.
I'm playing dead.
Oh wait, it's hold on. Wait. No, what? Oh hell. There we go.
It's
What did you do?
I for some reason, I think it was a display bug because I went next after the gargoyle. I should have gone to Dorian, but it jumped all the way down to Kardama. So I rewound it, and then it went back to the round before because it was on Dorian, but not on Dorian at the same time. Dorian's actually just going to fall off the elevator. It's only about 6-7 feet. He'll take the fucking point of damage to Roadrunner off the side. You know where you're moving your legs and then you drop off and keep running? He's going to try to run around. Let me see what he's got. How far did he move? It's 1 action. he will get around to there. Unfortunately, that will be his entire... Does he have any free action shenanigans? No. All right. Well, he got outside, though. It's another person to potentially get beat up. All right, Uni. You are up. In fact, let me... I'm going to put you here because you guys are both on the elevator. I assume you're going to both be on door side. So you would want to be closer to run out. But yeah, you can use the token on the first floor now, so you're good.
Okay. And that's as far as I can move.
Well, you have 3 actions.
What?
Remember, that's one action to move there.
Okay.
Yeah, jeez. Yeah, you gotta go all the way around.
Yeah, it's not working. Here, we'll go here.
Is our Wayfinder not turned on? Let me check something here.
Yeah, it's working.
Oh yeah, it should be.
Wait, hold on.
All right, you move 25 there. You have what, 75 feet if you move all 3 actions? Yeah.
I think I gotta make sure I click the door.
It's open for you now. Oh, there we go.
There we go. Okay, alright. So 50. Wait, 10
Hold
feet.
on. Actually, put yourself here because you shouldn't have moved there to begin with. In fact, let me let's reset you for a second to maximize your movement here. So that would be 25 to there. You can move diagonally. Why is it actually moving you so weird like that? That's strange.
I was gonna say, she's moving very oddly.
No, it's not even her. It actually is the thing that's doing it. It's making her go here to go to there, but that doesn't make sense. That's 5 feet, we'll say. Move another 20 feet. Don't pay attention to the big number. Just use the 20. So yeah, you can move. You're at 20. There you go. So that'll be the second movement if you want to move to there, I think.
It is saying there's a wall. Okay.
That's weird because I'm looking at the walls. There's not.
Yeah, it's not letting me move.
All right, I'll move you. Was it here?
Yeah.
Right there.
Okay.
All right, that's 2. You have 1 more action.
I'll have to use it to at least get over here so I can see what the hell's going on.
All right.
It still won't let me move.
I think you might be on the ruler, not on the select token, in the top left.
Doesn't. Hold on.
Because yeah, it should just be drag and drop. It is your turn. Your token is highlighted.
Refresh for a second.
Yeah. Oh, interesting. Yeah, I tried to move her token too, and it actually said it collided with a wall.
Yeah, that's really weird because like I'm here. Like I'll actually show you guys this too. Like it's kind of like there is no wall. Like I'll throw it in general in Discord. Like you can see where the walls are in the scene, and like she shouldn't have came out of the door at an angle either, because the only walls are on the side. The green thing, the 2 squares there, is normal, and there's no other walls.
It's still doing it.
All right, you know I will I'll move you.
Yeah, right there is what we're aiming for.
Yeah, it's weird.
But yeah, no, it was giving me the same thing.
Yeah, I have no idea because like I'm looking at the walls and yeah, there's nothing. There's just I don't know. Strange.
No, it was all sorts of weird, but I was like, I did replicate it, so I'm
yeah,
like, that's so weird.
I'm not sure. It let Dorian move out fine, but then again, I am DM. I can move through walls anyway, so that's not strange. All right, Kardame, you are currently on the ground. They do not know that you are feigning death. You apparently play a hunter in Warcraft.
So it's an action to stand, correct?
It is.
Okay. Can I move behind this guy?
Well, it's an action to stand, and then it would be an action to move. So that would be 2 actions, but yeah, you can do that.
I only have 2 actions though, right?
You have 3.
I have 3. Okay.
Yep.
So I am going to actually stand up.
All right, let me.
And I'm actually gonna move to this guy.
All right, so that'll be 2 actions. Go ahead and move. You have 1 action
and
left.
I'm going to target him. And I can't use dueling parry because that would be an action. So I am just going to strike at this guy.
Yep. All right, that'll hit. Roll me some damage.
Okay, sweet. And then
Oh, crap. And it will turn to lifeless chunks of rock that just go.
Can we pause a second and address something she just said?
Hmm.
She said she can't do dueling parry because that would be an action.
Because she doesn't have an action to attack and dueling parry. She already used 2 actions.
Yeah,
Dueling
'cause
parry
she
is just one
stood.
action.
Well,
She
she used
she
an
stood
action to
and
stand.
stepped.
That's 1 action.
Yeah.
She then moved. That's 2 actions. And then she attacked. That's 3 actions. She doesn't have a 4th action to dueling parry, which also takes an action.
Dueling parry is one action, though. She could have done that, right?
She could have, but then she couldn't attack.
Yeah.
I see.
So-
She used the third.
Yeah.
It was either dueling parry or attack for the 3rd action.
yeah.
I got you.
And I wanted to kill this guy so that we
Which
had one less gargoyle
you
to worry about.
I mean, yeah, you did kill him.
Yeah, gotcha.
All right, so we'll go to that guy there. He will
And
make.
they're all startled because I'm alive, right?
I mean, if they miss their roll, we'll say that yeah, he's startled. That's why he missed. He's looking at you like, wait, weren't you dead? In fact, he says in common, hey, weren't you dead a second ago?
Paralyzed by fear.
I'll be with you.
Right,
I'll be with
exactly.
you in a moment. And we'll deal some damage there. The second claw. Talina's still up. She's still up.
Sure.
And he will YOLO a 3rd claw attack, though this is probably. Yeah, no.
Miss.
All right,
Critical.
Dakota, on the 4th floor.
Okay, is Luthien in my way, or
And which guy?
No.
Hold on a second. Let me.
He slid he
Yeah,
moved
he-
out and slid down the ladder.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we
Okay,
have.
so-
Oh crap! Hold on. Let me. I have to. I haven't been updating the scene on the 4th floor.
Oh, gosh,
So
wait.
let me re-update.
Okay,
Let
yeah.
me re-update the scene here. So this guy right here is dead.
the one you just moved?
Yeah, this guy here's dead, Dakota, and then
Okay.
the other guys are flanking there. Oh wait, no, sorry, I put him in the wrong spot. Man, this is really complex. Don't ever split the party again.
You're the one who won't let us move tokens on the first
Right.
floor.
There we go. And this guy's dead, and the last guy is. Oh, he's right exactly where he is. Perfect. So yeah, no, they're all in the right place now,
What
Dakota.
about the guy that I have targeted?
He's still there.
He's still alive?
Yes, he is.
Okay, so I will reload, shoot, and then reload.
All right. So give me a shot. And that will miss. You do have a hero point, though.
I will use it.
All right, give me that hero point reroll. This was to teach you guys a valuable lesson about not splitting the party.
Well, this is a better lesson of DM don't have shoddy craftsmanship when you build scaffolding.
No, the whole
Exactly.
point, though, actually,
Ah,
I'm down playing the scaffolding. You actually have to make, technically, per the book, you have to make, like, athletics checks, like, every 10 feet to avoid breaking through and falling anyway. So,
Trivial beat.
that hit?
so if you really want me to, I can revert to raw as written. And we can have a few more people prone on the ground. I'll allow it. Roll me some damage. Yeah, the scaffolding is, it's not great. All right. And you will shoot him and reload. You're reloaded for next time.
Okay.
We'll go to our Gargi friend here. Just going to fly up here. He doesn't get flanking because his cousin's dead. Ray Ray. Poor Ray Ray.
Right. Okay.
Poor cousin. He will miss you. You are too agile. He'll make a second little swipe of his little toe talons, and I think that's also going to miss you. Yep. Uh-oh. The recovery's coming. All right, he is going to bite. And that is going to hit. He will roll some hit damage. Talina will take 10. I think that puts
I think,
Talina
Yep, she goes down.
at unconscious. And it already moved you to just above him. I love that mod. He is going to move there for flanking. And will make his final claw attack. And we'll get a critical miss for his troubles. Luthias, what I'm going to do here to make this actually easier too is I'm going to throw you. So you can just use the first floor now because I think most of us are down here. Yeah, I think that's where we have you, right? Except you're like still like 30 feet up.
Yeah.
I think I'm technically right there.
Yeah, that's
but
fine. That works. I'm actually, Dakota, you'll be able to use the bottom floor too. I'm just going to put you in this fucking wall where the window is.
Okay.
So we don't have to keep switching.
There is a dead gargoyle on the map.
He's underneath this guy. This guy's standing on top of his corpse.
Okay, I
Yeah.
cannot see anything.
He's right there.
on
And
the
then
first
he's
floor.
on top.
I don't, or I guess I don't know if I'm which one I'm targeting.
You know what? Let me do
Very
that. Let me
updated.
do this. I'm gonna just drag the dead gargoyle off entirely over there. And there we
That
go.
works.
There you go.
Yeah, they don't have loot anyway, so their corpses don't really matter much. The corpses.
This would be a bad time to do corpse explosion.
Remember, it has to be an actual, like, these are constructs, not...
Hey, it says corpse.
Actually, I changed the wording. It no longer does.
No,
Or
it says
it shouldn't,
corpse.
unless I put you on this sheet before I updated it. Yeah, one corpse, living or undead, means it was alive or undead, not a construct.
Likely story.
It's on there.
All right, we're gonna blast this guy.
Blast him.
Sorry.
All right, some holy light. And that will hit. All right, he's still prone. I forgot he never got up. That's funny. He fucked himself by not getting up.
Who?
The gargoyle. I forgot he was prone too. I haven't used an action yet to get him up. He is literally just like...
So did he crawl?
Yeah, no, you can crawl up to half your move, or is it half? I think so. And
Okay.
I don't think anyone has a reactive strike yet either. She can get one at 6, but...
Yeah, nothing yet.
All right, Dorian, what do you have? What does that do? You know, that's probably pretty good. Where are we at
You
here?
can only move 5 feet when you crawl as one action. So
Oh.
15 feet.
Well, he was there, so he moved there. That's 5 feet. He's good.
Okay.
He will cast Soothe on Talina. He's just at 30 feet exactly. Talina will get back 7. We'll lose the unconscious, but keep the wounded 1. That's 2 of his actions, and probably do this. Give you guys some courageous anthem. And that is his turn. Uni.
I see the situation is pretty dire, so I'm going to immediately cast Divine Lance at
Luthias.
That
Ooh,
door one?
this one will be right here.
All right. Yep.
So wait.
Target him and
Shoot!
cast some Divine Lance.
Did it roll?
No, you gotta so you put it out. Now you gotta
Yeah,
go back
click
to
where
the
click where the
thing.
attack is. Oh shit.
Oh shit.
Roll me some damage from up there too, and we are going to double it. Let's get some big number. I mean, could have been better, could have been worse. He'll take double though. Still a solid hit. He's looking just about bloodied.
We get it.
All right, one
And-
action left.
Can't do that from here. And I can't do that from here. I am just going to use my last action to make sure that my Ronzer's out. Pretty sure it's been out this whole time since shit went down, but I will just go ahead and say that because I can't do anything else. So, got my
Alright.
Ronzer out, and I'm ready to go in.
Luthias, are you supposed to be right here? Or did I accidentally move you?
I
You
moved.
moved him.
Oh, because I think you were
I
still.
moved, I moved myself.
Oh,
Oh.
well, were you climbing down further or?
Yeah, I'm getting down there.
All right. Did you use an action for that though? Because I think you just.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, you'll 25 feet of movement. There's some difficult terrain. We'll now say that you are currently 15 feet off the ground, so you are much closer.
What am I on? I don't understand this map.
So there is a scaffolding that kind of runs back and forth along the different floors. Starts on the first floor here, goes around kind of around here, as you
What
can
if I
see.
just take an action and I just jump down to where I was standing just a second ago?
Yeah, I mean, you can definitely go off the side if you want to do that. Okay, so 30 feet. You have catfall?
Yeah, I do.
I mean, I don't know. Do you?
No, I don't have that.
Okay, so 30 feet.
Reaction heal, even if I take damage from falling, is going to be statistically better next round for me to do if these guys survive. So it's better that I sacrifice some health of myself and take fall
Okay.
damage.
All right, so
Okay.
30 and a
Give me
half.
opposite.
You'll take 15 blunt, I think. Oh, no, you ignore the first 5 feet? 10 feet? 5 feet.
Yeah.
I think it's
So 5
10 feet
feet.
with catfall, 5
Yeah,
feet without.
yes.
So you fall
Yeah,
25,
5
so
feet
you'll take
without, yeah.
12. You'll take 12, and you can position yourself wherever you like. Within, reason. Not
Back over there.
Okay.
between The two.
All right, so we'll put
That's
you
it.
back here. All right. So we'll remove this. Make sure you take 12. And Kardama went. We'll go. Or no, Uni went. We'll go to Kardama.
Okay, I am going to dueling parry.
All right.
And then I'm going to strike at this guy.
All right.
Oh, okay. I'm going to use a hero point now.
Use a hero point.
And I'm going to do that again.
Wow.
What?
Damn.
Okay. Never mind. I will try and hit him again for my third action.
All right.
With the map.
The rolls
And
are
missed.
not on your side right now.
No, that was not.
All right. So we will go to this guy here. Who also now probably is dumb enough to think Talina is also feigning death. And he will move across, and he will try to bite you, Kardama. He's not going to succeed. He will also try to then hit you with his little sharp feet. He looks like he could use a... Is it pedicure for your feet?
Yeah.
Yeah, manicure for your hands. Got it. We'll take 11, and that is his turn. Dakota!
Yes, sir.
I believe you are reloaded this round, because I think you ended last round with a reload. So,
Yes, I did. I believe. Yes. So I should be able to get 2 shots off. Let me go at this guy with that. Is at death's door.
he's pretty beat up. You're looking a little rough. Oh shit. Roll me some critical damage. Damn, look at all the dice.
Oh boy. crap. I think
And
he's dead.
he will go down.
Okay, reload.
All right, you want to use your special reload? Remember, you have that. And remember, you have fake out. Is your reaction to help your teammates
Special
when
reload
attacking.
again.
Oh man, it's on your sheet.
Shoot.
Should be pretty easy to find in your actions. Is the only action that has the word reload in it.
Okay, yeah. Let's do create a diversion since everybody's getting hurt down there.
All right. Target who you want to create a diversion for. Now, keep in mind too. Creating a diversion is primarily used if you want to try to steal or hide. Probably less useful for you right now.
Okay.
As opposed to the demoralize, which would give him a flat -1 to everything. Yeah. Like create a diversion is it has a very specific. Oh wait, he needs to make a fort. Oh well, no, he died. Never mind. The guy you shot died, so he doesn't make the fort save.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, but yeah, hit the demoralize button and let's see what happens. As you demoralize him and reload at the same time. All right, so you do not demoralize him, but you do get the reload. So you have another bullet in the chamber.
Okay, so we'll shoot him.
All right. And I think that's going to hit. Yep, that'll hit. And he will take some more damage. And that will be your go. Go back to our gargoyle friend here. Yeah, he's not very bright. I'm not going to have him reflank. Not that it would have helped him there anyway. Oofs.
Critical. Oof.
And... oh, damn.
What?
He rolled a 19 on the map 10. Well, map 8 because it's agile. I'll take 12, and that is the end of his turn. Talina, you are on the ground, but you are alive again and conscious.
Alright, so Talina is kind of just lets out a groan where she's like, kind of looks and sees that things aren't quite done yet. So she will spend an action to stand.
All right.
And then I'll double check this one. No, it's only for that one.
All right. Kardama, you have an extra action next turn.
Nice. She will shift imminence to put it into her weapon. And then because her weapon has reach, she's going to go for this guy over here.
Alrighty. And that'll hit. Not bad. Not bad.
And that'll be your turn.
All right. We'll go to Luthias.
Reaction heal.
All right. There was one thing I forgot. You are technically prone from falling, but yeah, you can still 3-action heal just fine.
Oh, yeah.
Let the 3-action heal ride.
And it doesn't do anything to them because they're not undead. They're neither living nor dead, nor undead.
Correct. So, Talina, you get back 13. Luthias, you get back 13. Cardama, you get back 13. You can just target yourself and just hit the little heal on there. All right. Dorian will play the song. Actually, he's going to use a free action to do the thing.
A thing?
Oh, wait, no, he doesn't. Actually, he could have got his focus points back while you guys were doing first aid. I don't see any reason why he wouldn't have done that. To try to just keep up lingering performance without needing to spend an action, which he will succeed on. Or Courageous Anthem, whatever it's called now. And he will cast another Soothe on Talina, who's still looking pretty. Oh, that's a bit better. Get back 13 more, Talina. And that will be his turn, and we'll go to Uni.
Okay. So I am it's still pretty dicey. So I'm going to I'm going to cast once again Divine Lance at that son of a bitch over there. Is he still marked? I don't think he's still. No, he's still marked. That's good.
Yeah,
That's
both
good.
those guys are still up, so.
Oh no.
Damn,
Fine.
the ones. You do still have your hero point, though, if you want to use it.
Sure.
Yep, may as well re-roll that.
Ow. Oh, son of a bitch.
Wow.
Oh my gosh.
One and then two.
Then I am going to move up.
There you go.
I'll just play a shield or flank.
Yeah, I mean, you moved from... Oh, yeah, you couldn't quite get into a full flank. But yeah, someone could move there to get a flank next turn. Cardama, you do have an extra action, so technically you do have 4 right now. You could move there, dueling parry, and still strike twice.
Yep, that's what I'm doing. I'm moving here.
All right.
I am dueling parry.
All right.
And I'm going to strike at this guy right here.
All right. And that will hit.
Oh, thank God. Okay. And I'm going to roll.
Rolling some damage. And you get the backstab. Nice. All right, he's still up. One more action.
We're going to hit him again.
Hit him again. His soul is still dancing.
And I tried.
Oh, honestly, you took a nice little chunk out of him. So that is your 4. Go to this guy here. He's just gonna kind of do a flurry of jaws and claw. It's not going very well. At all. He's rolled a 1, a 3, and an 8. So he will miss all 3. And we will go to Dakota. Dakota, you are currently not loaded right now.
Okay, I will load first.
All right, do you want to try to demoralize this one with your special reload?
Sure.
You may as well use it.
This is true.
So yeah, go into your, Raconteurs reload and just click that demoralize. And that will succeed. He is frightened 1. Well, no, let me drag it. There we go. All right, so you are loaded. 2 actions left.
And I think I will shoot him also.
All right. Yeah, I mean, he is frightened. He does have a little debuff on, so. That'll hit. I assume you wanted to hit this one though, but it still hits either way.
Oh, I got them both targeted on my screen.
Yeah.
Oh, well.
All right, roll me some damage, and then I assume you want to hit this one down here, right? The one that's being flanked,
Yes.
or do you want to? Okay. We'll shoot him.
One that I frightened.
Yep.
Or demoralized or whatever.
Correct. Yeah, demoralize frightens him. Then probably just a regular reload, because unless you want to try to demoralize someone on your team for a reload, which I doubt you want to do.
Yeah, I think they're demoralized enough.
True. I mean, you guys are fine. He's going to try to bite at Kardama. Kardama, you are very dodgy right now. That dueling parry is coming in clutch. He only missed because of the dueling parry and the frightened. He'll try to
He's
make...
not dead yet.
Nope, he is
Same.
not. And he's going to make a flurry of claws. There's almost no shot. Yeah, no. No shot of him hitting anything. All right, Talina.
Okay. Gonna move over here. Actually, yeah, they haven't. I mean, watch me eat my words, but they haven't. Anytime I've moved close, they haven't done a reactive strike so far. So gonna move over here and smack this one first.
All right, that's going to be a critical hit. And he will go down.
I was gonna say he's dead now, right?
Right.
He is indeed.
And then move and then swing around for the other guy with the map.
All right. That is also going to hit. He will take some damage. He's still up, though.
And that was my turn.
And we'll go to Luthias.
All right. I'm going to cast Holy Light on him.
All right. The holiest of light.
I don't know how holy it is with Matthias. He's not too religious.
Well, the most unholiest of light.
Well, don't go the other extreme. Most neutral holiness level there is.
The most
There you
mid holy light.
Agnostic light.
And that's going to hit. Roll me some damage. Not bad, not bad. And he will go down in a crumbling pile of stuff.
Okay.
That was crazy.
Yeah.
Talina kind of looks at the tower, and then back at the others. I was like, I'd almost curse at this tower, but I'm at this point. I think it would throw something else at us just to spite us.
Right.
What did we learn?
Not to split the crew.
Go down as a crew if anybody's gonna go down.
Right.
It is a good lesson, especially this place. It was really easy to get back. Like if you split like that in the castle, you guys would have died 100%.
I would argue this place was really hard to get back.
A little bit. Like falling was always an option.
Well, I did the last 30 feet.
Yeah, I know. I mean, we play kind of loose with some of the rules anyway, because technically, like Talina and Kardama would have had to use reactions to pick their weapons back up, because when you go unconscious, you drop your gear. But I think I don't like that rule, so we don't use it. And also, the scaffolding on this whole tower by Raw in the book is a giant fucking death trap.
It's like, what is the point from the game design, the Curse of Strahd modules designer's intent for this scaffold. It just seems like, oh, let's put scaffolding here.
Like I said, I think it's to imply, and it's not actually written in the book. This is just my personal, is that it was built by people that tried to loot the tower after Kazan left.
Because they can't get in because
They don't have the ring to get through the front door, exactly. Which is why the ground floor is still undisturbed, and they got into that third floor, but that was really as far as they got before presumably the gargoyles or something else killed them. Is my headcanon. Because it does specifically say if you get into the tower in any way except through the front door, the gargoyles move into an attack, or anyone who stays out on the scaffolding above the first floor, I think, is also at risk of being attacked by the gargoyles.
So yeah, it was the fact that we tried to go up.
I am sad that you guys didn't try to force the front door open, though, because that would have resulted in you guys getting chain lightninged, which would have been fun. But you guys,
we did get chain lightning. Like 3 of us did.
No, that was a light shock. It's 8d8 damage chain lightning with a saving throw.
I don't know what you're talking about. It hurt Matthias.
All right, Matthias is hurt. Matthias, you're still at 36. You haven't healed. You took 12 fall.
I did heal from the 3-action heal.
All right. Oh, right.
Yeah, he got 13
But
back.
hold on, give it back, because you were only at 1 hit point from the shock damage you took from the door. You said it hurt a lot.
Can I go ahead and treat my wounds?
Have you treated your wounds yet? Remember, you can only do it to yourself once every 24 hours if you used battle medicine. And once every hour. Battle medicine can only be used on each person once per day. And treat wounds has an hour cooldown between each one as well.
So she doesn't have a healing kit, so she wouldn't have done battle medicine on herself.
Yeah, I'm waiting to. I got.
You can't actually treat wounds without a healing kit either. Then.
But I can hook her up. But also, we need to lay low and actually rest now, because this has been 2 major fights and all of our resources are now depleted.
Yeah, and I can technically.
Wait a minute.
help.
Then did I have a med kit? Because we've let me treat wounds in the past.
You probably should have one. You just never put it on your sheet.
And it's not on my sheet then.
Okay. And what were you saying, Uni?
I can treat Kardama, but I can't treat Talina. So so if she lets me, I can go ahead and help her real quick to soften the blow, and then Matthias can do Talina.
Dorian's gonna go sit in the tower.
Let's all go back upstairs to the 4th floor, close the door, and get into hiding and take a long rest, because this place is fucking us up.
All right, now keep in mind, Pathfinder rules. Long rest can only be done once every, 16 hours? It's like noon.
Yeah. That's actually the same case for
is it?
5e.
Yeah, so, I mean, you guys could definitely hang out in the tower for the rest of the afternoon, evening, and long rest. But like I said, it's still... by the time you guys got here after the other rest, it's maybe like 1 o'clock in the afternoon.
That's fine. We have to do it, or else the next.
We literally have nothing.
All right, so let's everyone just put your 1 tokens in the building here, and we'll go just to the 4th floor.
No, I still can't move.
What?
I still can't move.
Jacked up.
That's weird. Let me move some of you guys back inside. If you just move to the 4th floor, you should be good.
Reload your stuff for me. Your
Let me pull you guys up here. Actually,
Let
me check your tokens permissions unless something changed. Both you and Donovan are owner. Donovan, can you move her token on the 4th floor?
Yes.
There you go.
Well, now I can move, but I couldn't move when I was down there.
I don't like I said, there was something weird going on with the bottom of the map, because if you check the Discord too, you can see that there was no walls where you were trying to move. Those little the little stone things that stick out aren't actually. There's no collision on them.
Yeah, it was weird, but it was all sorts of weird.
Yeah.
Can we also lock the?
Well, it's an elevator. There's no lock now.
Command it to stay here, Kardama.
Dorian's gonna go nap in the bed.
Stay
Rest
back.
my old bones.
You,
I curl up next to Dory.
All
hey,
right,
there's
come here, come
actually
here.
6 people here. Get the hell out of the bed.
Just bring them in. There's room for everybody. Look how
You can
big
sleep
this
on the
bed.
carpet.
Actually, look how big this bed actually is by game standards. This bed is huge. This is like the bed in Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, with all of
I'm
the
gonna be
grandparents
curling up
laying in
against the
it.
wall.
This bed
Those
is
are
fucking
those are
huge.
definitely not full bodies. You cannot convince me that.
Like this bed will fit Grandpa Joe and the rest easily. Like Kodama just crawl. Like if it's everybody, everyone can climb in the bed. It's fine.
I'm just crawled up against the wall. Terrain on the wall.
just bleeding. Everyone bleeding everywhere.
Yep. We're just bleeding all over the bed.
I mean, to be fair, the bed is covered in dust. It's you probably don't want to lay it in anyway. But you know. All right. So, everyone can just go back to full. I'm not going to waste time on medicine checks. If you guys aren't leaving the tower, before you go to bed, you guys will end up basically getting topped back off. So,
Did we get any experience from
remember,
that night?
we're using in this. This isn't like Kingmaker. We're using milestone. So you
So
just
yeah,
level
we're-
up when you complete specific objectives rather than
Oh, okay. So
XP.
it's not like how we're doing.
Yeah,
Okay,
Kingmaker's the other
sorry.
way specifically.
Okay.
Curse of Strahd, like it's a sandbox, but it's also
I'm just literally getting thrown into everything.
it kind of relies on you completing certain things, which is why that's what the levels are tied to. Because there are certain things you kind of want to do before you fight Strahd, as opposed to just grinding boars in the forest. But Luke will attest that boars are fucking ferocious, so you might not want to try to grind boars in the forest.
So I'm well rested, but I only got 10 hit points back.
Correct. You can just give yourself back to full. You have to do it manually. Long resting is different here than 5e. You don't fully heal in Pathfinder. You just heal for your con bonus.
You have to rely on your treat wound.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, you guys will
So
get
did
back.
I can't remember. It's been a while.
You
but
can
did I
just
ever have a med
you can give yourself one. It's fine.
Okay.
It's not a huge dill pickle.
I'm just gonna put it in here because I'm pretty sure I had one because I've used treat runes before. But
Yeah. That's fine. But yeah, you have your healing kit. You guys are up here. What do you guys want to do while you just want to?
You should post Dakota as the sentry with her gun for like the first 2 hours as we rest, and then somebody else will take her gun, and then they'll be the sentry.
This will go.
You want to take my gun?
Not take it, but use it while you rest.
You want to use my gun?
That's ballsy.
Are you crazy?
I can shoot a very mildly slow clay pigeon out of the sky like that.
Very mildly slow clay pigeon.
Wait, you mean a lame pigeon? You mean one that can't actually get off the ground? You mean a chicken? You can shoot the chicken?
Chickens are pretty quick.
actual flying-
Have you tried shooting a chicken? Not a good time.
what is it called again? Because I cannot find it.
What is it? Healer's toolkit. Some of you guys have it. What is
Yeah.
it? What's the proper?
Okay.
Healer's toolkit.
Yeah,
I'm
so
just
Uni
gonna
has
drag it
one,
in.
so... Yes, Healer's Toolkit. Yep. That's pretty much exactly what it's called.
Yep, I got one now. Okay.
Rest my old bones. Oh man, where is it? Hold on. All right, so is everyone you're just full resting? No one wants to like look around this floor, trigger the traps or anything?
I mean,
Definitely not.
Okay.
I mean, Selena.
No,
will,
I'm resting.
look-
I'm too
yeah.
exhausted from my wounds.
Yeah, Selena. I mean, we'll look around to make sure, like, to make sure there's nothing that gets triggered. But like, outside of that, she'll just like if there's anything like lying around that isn't booby trapped, she'll just like put it in a pile for review later.
All right, give me a perception blind. All right, Actually, we're about to go to an ad anyway. I'm gonna run the ad now. If you need to get up, take a drink, if you need to take a bathroom or get a piss, that would be a good time.
Take a
Like a
I said it.
bathroom.
Did you notice I started saying it the right way, and then I paused and went
Yeah.
back and
Yep.
intentionally mixed
And
it
you
up for you
fudged it?
guys. Yep.
Sure, intentionally.
I mean, you can go check the VOD if you don't believe me. I said if you want to get a drink, and then I was like, hold on, if you want to get a piss or take it, and then I had to rethink it because saying it wrong is actually difficult. Like you really do have to
Okay.
think about it. All right, but yeah, take a
I will.
3-minute break and come back.
Drinker.
I will be back.
Okay.
I'll be back.
All right, is everyone back?
I am back.
I am.
That is a good question.
Well, some people are back.
I'm back.
Does that do what I? Ah, it does. That's funny. In the stream, you have my folder where I was uploading something.
I'm too old for this shit.
All right. Well, I feel better. So is that everyone then? I think everyone's here.
Is Uni back?
No, I think not actually. All right, we'll give it another little bit here. So how's everyone doing?
So what's our goal here now? We have the ring. We're in this place.
Mhm.
Nobody's here. I guess, what do we do now?
Well, there are a few things that can be inferred from this map if you look closely.
So we need to open shit up, but I don't want to do it without everybody here.
Yeah. Gotta explore the room. Well, I mean, he had me roll a perception check, but then we went to break, so we
Yeah.
never did get the outcome of that.
Yep, we'll get to it. I was just waiting for him to get back. But yeah, once everyone's here, we'll dive back into the perception check and just some general observation about the room itself.
First question: Does the tower continue to go up?
It does not. This is the highest point of the tower.
Okay. Because I was gonna say, because Talina never made it that far, so she wouldn't know until she got up here.
Yeah, you can kind of see where the chains go around this thing where it's being lifted and lowered from the guys
Yeah.
down below. I mean, technically, I guess the tower does go up and that there's a roof on top of this, but, you know, you probably don't want to go up there.
Probably.
Do 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 do.
Dakota, let me use your gun.
No.
Denied.
Can an untrained person even use it in PF2e?
I mean, I think you can still shoot it, but you're gonna have a really, really low. You'll have like no proficiency bonus or anything else.
Dakota, I will let you use my healer's toolkit if you let me use your gun.
Oh. Um.
She's thinking about it. I think you've almost got her convinced.
I could get us
Mm.
some squirrel for dinner.
Probably wouldn't hit the broadside of a. Did they have barns back then? Probably
Yeah,
barns.
yeah. I mean, barns are a thing. You guys have seen some Barovian barns. They're very nice. All right, we're gonna just pick up since we're at like almost a 6-minute break at this point. So a couple things about this room that you guys do notice once you're kind of back up here. The first thing is that there are a number of still lit candles going that are pretty much burnt down to just about, the little stub at the end. But they are still there. And also, this room does appear to have been occupied recently. The bed actually isn't covered in dust or anything else. The bed does look like that someone could have slept in it within the past few days. And Talina, with your perception check, and I assume all of you are kind of also just looking around, you find a few things as you guys kind of spend the afternoon looking around this room. The first thing is you find a small, colorful, beaded bracelet that has like these little kind of wooden charms on it. Though the bracelet itself is kind of sized small. Looks like it would probably fit like a child, most likely. And this necklace itself is actually wrapped around, and you can see the dagger here. This dagger that's been kind of stuck in the desk with this like the bracelet around it, and then there is also a Taroka card um, that's sitting underneath the dagger. That's actually not on the map, but it is the hooded one. Now, if you want to know what that possibly represents, you give me, I'll
Religion?
say, I'd say more occultism.
Okay, not my forte.
Luthius has been waiting for this. So, Luthius, you would recall, or, maybe you knew, or maybe it's something you picked up while hanging out in Barovia. Um, the Hooded One generally represents, like, mysteries, newcomers, and hidden identities, specifically. And then the other thing you guys find um, in this stove over here, where Luthius kind of you are now, there are a couple like burnt pieces of parchment. Um, one of which looks like a page out of a book. And the page actually reads, "For more than 3 decades now, I have undertaken to investigate and expose creatures of darkness to the purifying light of knowledge and truth. Hero, I am named in some circles. Sage and Master Hunter, I am called in others. That I have survived countless supernatural assaults is seen as a marvel amongst my peers. My name is often spoken with fear and loathing among my foes. In truth, this fortuitous calling began as an obsessive effort to destroy a vampire that murdered my child, and it has become for me a tedious and bleak career. Even as my life of hunting monsters began, I felt the weight of time on my weary shoulders. Today I am a man who has simply lived too long, like a regretful lich. I find myself inexorably bound to an existence I sought out of madness and, seemingly, must now endure for all eternity. Of course I shall die, but whether I shall ever rest in my grave haunts my idle thoughts and torments me in my dreams." And in addition to that, you find this. One second here.
Hmm. Selena kind of looks it over. Does the name ring a bell?
For me? Hell's no. I'm
No,
not even from
actually,
here.
yeah, the name doesn't ring any bells to any of you.
Okay. Well, I mean, Talina's from here. That's why I specifically asked if
Yeah,
she had
no.
recognized it. But okay. Does the story of the guy sound familiar to her?
Give me a society.
Okay. Da.
You are fairly certain you've either heard this or read it before somewhere in a book, but you are having trouble remembering exactly what book it was from, whether it was from, fiction, nonfiction, or anything else.
Yeah, Talina will kind of look over as it's read out loud. It's like, "Now that sounds familiar. I can't tell from where, but um, this is just because it's a couple of weeks old at this point. There was someone with like a library back at the Vishtani camp, right?
Yeah, the
Okay.
Casimir has a library. The like
Casimir.
Dusk
Okay.
Elf Elder guy.
Yeah,
That's where you
yeah,
guys got the ring, where him and Malik were looking into the origins, but not really turning up much.
yeah. She she kind of looks over. It's like, oh, that passage, that sounds familiar. I was like, Casimir. Well, I mean, he has most of the books I've read, so we might be able to figure out what book that came from back at the camp. Yeah, but it's just like I just can't remember like where I read that before. But she kind of looks at the ticket. I was like, but that's not a name that, at least that I'm familiar with. But yeah, she'll kind of look at the dagger and um, uh, kind of just try and see if it's like booby trapped or something.
No, it just looks like kind of a basic dagger that's been stabbed into kind of the backboard of that desk there, with the bracelet and then the Taroka card sitting underneath.
She'll try and pull it out.
Yeah, I mean it pulls out. It's just normal dagger.
Okay. Yeah, I mean it was just like because she also wanted to kind of inspect the bracelet wrapped around it too.
Yep. What about the rest of you? What are you guys doing?
Just listening.
Yes.
Well, come on, you got to add in. You got to do things. Cardama, what are you doing?
Cardama's just looking about the room.
Yeah, Cardama did just have a near-death experience.
She's still in shock. Yeah.
I see Polina and I are at the desk, basically. I see that Matthias is over at the whatever the fuck that is, and then
Stove.
Yeah, it's a stove.
That's a stove.
Yeah,
then
you see the little oven door, the little burners.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I can go
Little
up to this
thing
guy and be like, I wonder if this thing will activate and hurt us.
Well, do you want to poke it?
Nope. I'm just inspecting it. Can I use detect magic?
So something strange happens when you're inside of this room. Your detect magic spell does not function.
Shit. Maybe we should push him into that hole, just to be on the safe side.
That's all you.
No, I'm just kidding. It doesn't come to
I
life.
was about to say.
No, it's just standing there. Kind of rusty. Parts are missing. Doesn't move or anything else.
So nothing special about it? No perception check?
I mean, you can do perception if you want. Give me a blind one. We'll see. We'll see what turns up.
Can you give us that, like, the notes words in a copy paste if you have it readily available?
Sure. You want me to give it on Discord or just throw it into chat here?
Either one. Probably in here might be better for the Twitch viewers. I don't know.
There you go.
Very interesting. And the knife or the dagger, you said I think you said there was a word associated with it somehow.
It's the Taroka card that was underneath.
Oh yeah.
The hooded one. Which here, I'll throw this in here too. Could come in handy.
What? Can we open this chest? I don't want to do it myself, but I also don't want to put anybody else in harm's way. But I don't know who's the best at, like, traps.
Would it be Cardama?
I'm gonna say, is that me?
Yeah,
Oh, do
I
you
was gonna
mean the
say
one
that's
right here?
Yeah, is there anything in there? Or...
Technically, that chest isn't here right now.
Okay,
Oh.
it's just set dressed in
It's
okay.
it's depending on when you come here, that chest can either be here or not, but the map can't account for
Oh,
that. In this case, the chest is actually not currently here.
we reload our save point to yesterday
Do you
and
wanna
try to.
you wanna save state back to like day 2 in Valaki and just come straight over?
Oh, is it all based on like your the
it's
Taroko reading?
it's not the Taroka reading in this case. It's just based on how many days you spent in Valaki.
Oh,
Like depending on how quick, because as you can see, had you delivered the toy when you first got to Valaki or tried to, things end up or can end up very differently than if you wait and deliver the toy like 3 or 4 days later, like you guys did after the festival. So that is the one thing about this campaign that I think the modified stuff I use does a little better than a lot of campaigns is the world doesn't remain in stasis while you're doing other things. Everything is still progressing whether you're there or not. So, like, I actually have an entire timeline of things happening that, depending on when you find them, may be different. So, this chest is
yeah.
one of those mysteries.
Hmm. But yeah, so we've rummaged through the desk because I'm assuming there's no like drawers. It's just whatever's on top of it.
Yeah, pretty much. And even the pages and everything else on the desk, with the exception of that dagger and the bracelet, there's really nothing else on the desk. The
Hmm.
pages and stuff aren't there. The page that you guys did find was over actually near the stove, along with that scrap of parchment. Um, and like I said, they were burnt, so it looks like someone was trying to um, burn them too, but they didn't quite succeed in, or maybe they weren't trying to burn it fully. Who knows? I mean, I know, but for you, who knows?
Right. Uh, you know, yeah. So outside of just inspecting the um the armor, it's like so. I mean, we found how the ring gets you into this tower, but um, who owns it is, and even anything of of interest here doesn't. We don't know why the ring was on a headless body at this point. Yeah, so just yeah, Talina's kind of musing, but this seems sort of frustrated.
Shit here. Maybe we should leave.
Yeah. Yeah, I was like, I'm just because there's no real quest system, so I'm just like, so we found out how the ring relates to the tower. We found pretty much what's at the top of the tower, but like, I'm not really sure if there's anything else we're like can or need to be looking for other now that we've kind of explored this place. Because we, you know, you know,
I mean, unless we go to the roof or something.
and there's no easy way up there.
Like, how could the wizard leave nothing behind except vague bullshittery and just like a stupid stove and stuff like that? Which, by the way, if you have a stove, where's the fridge? I mean, really, this makes no sense. I mean, why leave such cryptic crap? And just and the stupid armor is just standing here and it has nothing.
Does Uni kick the
There are no
armor?
fridges in this time.
Uni kicks the armor.
I mean, the armor just kind of collapses. I mean, it does make a nice,
pretty rage
loud,
before.
you know, death rattle as the inanimate armor collapses on itself.
Kalina's like, kind of looks over as like, well, at least that wasn't a trap too. But and, so we know that. So well, let's lay out what we know. But, and this is also kind of just double checking with the GM in case I'm remembering anything wrong. So the ring was found on a headless body, yes?
Correct.
And this was around the area where the niece was taken from, correct?
Correct. Well, let me pull you guys over here for a second.
Oh, that's right. We're looking for information about the girl that went missing.
So
It's like I was
Yeah.
like, why did we come here again?
the Vistani
Strahd.
camp is there in that clearing. The headless body was found next to the river here. The body was identified as Jan, the same Jan who is well known in the camp and was the one that gave the wine to the guy that was supposed to be watching Arabella when she went missing, that caused him to, at least in his words, black out. There was signs of a struggle there along the river. Footprints, tracks, and other stuff. The one pair of tracks went into the river, another pair simply disappeared, and the third pair seems to belong to Jan, whose body was found at the river, along with
And
the ring.
okay.
So one set went into the river, one set was Jan's, and a third set which way?
Just disappeared. There's
Okay.
signs of it in the little scuffle, and then they just end there.
Okay. And then so Jan had the ring, and Casimir and Malik.
Well, the ring was
Uh,
found near Jan's body. It wasn't on Jan himself.
no, sorry, yeah, found near his body. So at that point, um, the Malik and Casimir identified that the the ring was bore a symbol similar to the one on this tower, which is what
Well,
led us
that
here.
that was Victor when you guys went back to Vargas's estate. But yeah, they couldn't
Oh,
actually
yeah,
figure out what
true.
it was at the at Casimir's library.
Okay, true. Yeah, true. I know we were working with Victor because I remember like that's where the hags thing at the beginning came from.
Yep.
Like, where were the hags supposed to be located in all of this?
The rumor had the hags out in the woods.
Okay.
The rumors, there are a couple of places that people have heard the hags are in. One is the old mill over there, and
Mhm.
the other is in Berez.
Okay. And just because we're already out all of this way, um, because I know that was something that we had talked about. Whereabouts is the area where we're supposed to go check to see about the ale shipments?
The Wizard of Wines, right there.
Wizard Wines. Okay. Okay. So we found the ring was found nearby, so we kind of figured it was one of the people that had worked with Jans or had taken the niece. So Victor pointed us this direction. We used the ring to get into the tower, but whoever was here, uh, you know, like left in a hurry because they tried to burn documents because the candles are still going. So, someone was up here and tried to leave in a hurry, but they are no longer here.
Correct.
So, all we have is the Taroka card, the burnt documents, which which Talina vaguely recognizes as something she's read before, um, and the scrap of paper. But yeah, there's not a whole lot else here. So either we swing down to the Wizard of Wines to take care of that real quick, and then loop back, or we head back and, I mean, if we don't hit it while we're in this area, then we're not going to have time to hit it before the dinner party with Strahd. So I was like, it's just a matter of like how far, like far as in like, is it a day away, relatively, or
To
what
get
would
to
the
Wizard of Lions is gonna take probably 2 days.
2 days?
Yeah.
Okay.
It took you guys 2 days to get from Velaki to where you are now, and that's basically another 2 days down to there. Which at this point,
Okay.
you have 4 days left before dinner with Strahd. But
Hmm.
remember a couple of things. These aren't in any particular order, but the first thing is, and Talina would know this too, and Dorian would probably mention it. This tower has been here as long as anyone can remember. This wasn't built recently. The wizard who owned this tower, who Kazan, um, it's assumed that that's the owner, but this tower has been here for anyone's best guess, like hundreds of years, unoccupied. The other thing is just a reminder too about what I said, that the events still happen even if you ignore them. So
Hmm.
potentially ignoring the kidnapping doesn't mean that you can
It doesn't.
simply
Yeah.
resolve it later if the timeline has
Yeah.
said that bad things happen while you take a detour.
Yeah. And that's why I was checking like how long, but yeah, no, that's too long. So,
So, Chad,
yeah,
you're saying so plainly. What do you think we should do next?
head back, to the Vishtani camp because whoever was here is long gone.
Yeah.
They've left the candles, they've left the stove, they tried to burn evidence. They have cleared out.
Yep, I
Um,
agree.
yeah. So and just the Wizard of Wines is just too far away to one hit it and get back in time, and
Yep.
two, with how long it took to get here, it's just yeah better to just head back and just report in because I mean we got into the tower, but it's like whoever was here is gone. So this
Yeah.
trail was run cold on this end.
But the guy who wrote this journal entry, he's a badass. He probably knows about the fear of vampires too.
Yeah,
I mean, wouldn't it be
yeah.
worth to go see him? But or will that cut into our time?
Well, we don't know who wrote it. I mean,
Badass.
Talina, like Talina's kind of confused because she recognizes that this is something that like she's read before. Um, and so yes, getting back to the Vishtani so she can browse uh Casimir's library to see one if there's a missing book or two there's a passage that matches this to see um you know like like where this comes from is probably the next kind of best thing because again the ring got us into the tower so the ring is we're done with it essentially and the tower only really has I mean we can also when we get back ask about the carnival but yeah at this point outside of just the passage and the carnival ticket we're basically done here as far as unless the DM wants to throw something else at us I think we're done here.
Well, I'm going to mention there was a page you guys read in a book. Talina wouldn't know this obviously because it was Donovan who was there at the Ismark's estate about werewolves. I don't remember who exactly read it. It was in one of the group's rooms, but you guys were separated by males and females, and I don't remember. I want to say it was in Dakota and Kardama's room, if memory serves correct, and it usually does. Um,
Yeah, I believe so.
about
Sounds about right.
werewolves and the writing style and the fact that it's all handwritten would lead you to believe, you two, especially if you didn't share it with anyone else, that this may have been written by the same person.
Mm.
I think we
I
should
don't
investigate.
remember.
Yeah.
I believe he's referencing that like one of you two won Arturo's Van Richten's Guide to Werewolves and
Correct.
read it while we were in Valaki, or
Correct.
not in Valaki, in Barovia.
Correct.
Ah, so this is fucking Van Richten.
And
Yeah.
also the page that one of you guys found is also from Van Richten's Guide to Werewolves. Was at Ismark's estate that I think was in the room Uni. Oh no, Uni wasn't there yet because she was still out. That Kardama and Dakota stayed in.
Oh.
Let me double check that though. Was that the page from Werewolves or the other one? Gotta go deep into the notes.
Right.
Like really deep. I know. So the other page you found at Ismark's estate was about vampires. And
Jesus.
I'll actually paste this into the chat too. Though, like I said, I don't know if Kardama and them ended up sharing it with you guys, but it's fine. But this is what that page said. And that's a bit longer one.
I think I sort of remember this.
Yeah. I mean, it was like first, second, or third
Yeah.
session.
Considering this is like this is episode 11, and we did take the 3 weeks off, so yeah, this was like 3 months ago. Well, like 2.5 months ago, because I think it happened when you guys
Yeah.
first got to Barovia Village, which I think was all in one session up to when Uni came back during the undead assault. So it was at the end of that session. Oh no, that's when Luthius came back. I think Uni came back after that, or maybe it was the other way around. But yeah, it was like week 3, maybe week 4 of the game. So about 10 weeks ago.
Like, I know I missed the dinner, and I know I missed.
I think
I
there was a,
don't
there
think
was a
we've had the
meeting.
dinner yet.
yeah, I think she met with Ismark and them, but I think Uni, you came back first during the first
And then
fight,
Luthius.
and
Yeah,
then
then
because
Luthius.
Luke I think was out of town for like 2 weeks in a row, and then he came back after that.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. But yeah, so yeah, I mean, yeah, essentially early game. It's been a while since this has been fresh in mind, so that's a fair point. But yeah, um, if yeah, they were. I know they were separated by gender at that point. So yes, if it was in their room, then it would have been Kardama and
yeah,
Dakota
I
that would have
think that was
read that page.
yep.
So, but yeah, so I mean, do they recognize? Do they?
Well, you guys
Yeah.
also I think Luke did read the guide to were creatures that you guys did win from the Game of Stories. So that would probably be enough to put a name to it, too, since that one was still the entire book, Van Richten's Guide to Were Creatures.
Hmm.
So you definitely have a name to put to it, and that would probably also spark maybe Talina's memory that the other passage sounds um, familiar, but it wouldn't have been from Were Creatures specifically, but also being a Barovian native, both her and Dorian would know that Van Richten has written about a great many supernatural things: vampires, werewolves, um,
Yeah.
just general undead, um, liches, etc. So he's written about a fairly broad, you know.
Right, but but it wouldn't be enough to recognize which book she had read this from.
Um,
Now that she has like a name to go along with it.
Give me another society check. Like I said, he has written a number of books.
Yeah, I
Um,
mean, yeah, just
I'll actually roll one for Dorian too. I don't think he's really trained either, but there's a chance that one of you might get something. Wow,
What are we
you
rolling?
both rolled the exact. No, it would just be them because they're natives.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay, gotcha.
The only thing you are certain of is that it definitely wasn't from Were Creatures, considering you have the
okay.
book too.
Yeah, so yeah, uh, Selena will be like, uh, yeah. So she's still in agreement that she will agree that yes, that's definitely a Van Richten guide that she um does recognize as having been in Casimir's library. and that it's not a were creature one, but she can't recall what. But going back with the ticket to Rictavio's, as well as with that passage, might give some insight into which book they were trying to burn. So, yeah, so she's, I mean, unless that sparks something else, yeah, she's still of the mind to head back.
All right.
Yep.
Are you guys gonna long rest and then head back, or are you gonna head back and long rest on the way?
Long rest, then head back.
All right. So, because yeah, it was only like maybe like 3 in the afternoon. Spend the rest of the afternoon, evening in the tower, getting a long rest in, and then you all wake up the following morning. Feeling much better than the previous day, and nothing crazy happens. Though if anyone tries to cast a spell in the tower of any kind, the spell will fail.
Oh, interesting.
I did detect magic earlier.
Yeah.
Well, I did a spell, but I'm guessing I must have done it like outside the window because I shot that guy. But that's fine.
Yeah, that's
so
exactly.
so Junie and I will identify like none of our magic works.
Pretty much.
Okay.
And even without an Arcana, if you're trained, it's not too crazy to think that a wizard might, for defensive reasons potentially, or perhaps other, paranoia may have erected, an anti-magic field around his tower, or perhaps it was someone that put the aura around the tower to stop said wizard from doing things. So, yeah, it definitely gives you, that would be the guess of what you think it is.
Okay. Well, duly noted. All right, yeah. Talina is eager to start heading back as soon as everyone's up. So
All right, so we have a choice again. Do we take the shortcut, or do we go the long way again?
Talina votes shortcut.
Shortcut.
Luthias, there is a sign that says dangerous plants.
Then obviously we have to take the shortcut
And
now.
an addendum underneath it that says and other things as well.
But no vampires, so we're fine.
But
There
there
might be
are a
vampire
pair
plants.
of fangs that have been
It could be a
carved into
bat.
the sign.
I think he's trying to talk you out of
No, I mean you guys
the
can.
shortcut.
If you'd have went the other way, I would have tried to talk you out of it too. So don't think it's me.
Oh, okay. It's just
Yeah, no, it was just me
Just you.
going against whichever choice you picked. All right, so shortcut
Mhm.
it is. So you will make a little better time. In fact, you'll probably get back to Valaki in like a day and a half instead of 2 days. Guys, we'll have to make camp at one point, probably like over here-ish. It's been pretty much the first day not really running into any dangerous creatures or anything else. Eventually settling in for the night. And aside from, a couple of bats, like swarms of bats overhead, and the occasional wolf howl, the night will pass mostly uneventfully for dramatic effect.
totally.
And given the time that it is already, we're going to call it here for tonight. Mostly just because I don't want to drag it out and have the thing go way over when I know for some people it's later. So we will pause here for now.
Yes.
And we'll pick up next week with the second kind of half day back to the Vistani camp or Valaki, depending on what you guys choose.
Real quick before I lose you guys, we want to go back to the Vistani camp specifically for what reason, Chaz?
So I mean, so Victor got us the ring, but he was more interested in getting the hag stuff for the girl in the mirror. So, um, he was more of an identifier than anything. Um, Talina is recommending the camp because one, to figure out where that passage came from, to see what the specific book or report
Okay.
was being reviewed in the tower, as well as to see if any of the more traveled Vishtani might recognize the Rictavio's thing. And I mean, if like the Rictavios, I mean that might be also in Valaki, but the like if it's another um, domain of dread versus just a
Oh.
traveling circus, then the Vishtani would know more than the normal Barovian citizen on that. So that's that's what she wants to check on.
All right. Cool.
Split the party next week. I like it.
Right. Anything else?
No, I was just getting all the notes in order for what, like, since we laid out everything, just writing it all down into a Google Doc, so I have it.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
I'll share a link to it, and then we can put it in Discord, I guess.
Yeah, definitely be a good
I
idea to
still
have
think we
someone
should go to the circus.
with notes. There's a lot.
So I have these as quests right now. Find the niece. Is that even a quest for us, or not really?
It is.
Yes, I mean that's our current quest.
Yeah. Meet up with Strahd in 4 days for dinner. Ask
Three
around
days
about.
now, but yeah.
Yep. Ask around about Rictavio and the carnival, and then Wizard of Wines needs to be investigated to find out why the shipments haven't been showing up. Right?
Yes, and also find the hags
Yeah.
for the girl trapped in the mirror.
Yeah, that sums it up pretty well.
All right. Cool. Thanks.
All right, then we'll raid Raz like we usually do, and that's where we'll stop for now. That was a little rough fight, but you guys are alive mostly.
Indeed.
Mostly alive.
Mostly.
Better than being
Mostly.
mostly dead. So
I mean, aren't we all mostly dead?
slowly getting more and more mostly dead every day. All right, we'll throw that over there, and yeah, pick up next week. I don't see any reason why we wouldn't. So, unless everyone's dying again, or I'm dying.
Nah, we got this.
Oh, we got a raid. What is up, Malik?
Buddy.
Thank you for the raid.
Yeah. Thanks for the game. Have a good rest of your evenings.
You too.
All right, have a good night, guys. Talk to some of you Friday.
Bye.
Thanks,
Night.
guys.
Bye.